All right. Okay. Let me see. Let me refresh.
See. Okay, tags. This is Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Can't see anything, but
It may be a delay. It says I'm live.
maybe. Let me try. Okay.
Okay.
Let me try opening your Twitch again. Okay, I think it works.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello to anyone who has joined. Sorry we are late. I had some last minute issues because I think it's because I switched to affiliate and there was like new authentication that had to go on. Oh, I already got a follow from Henson Lato. Thank you for that.
Let's go. Okay. Now I posted the alert in a link Discord.
Yeah.
Here they come.
So.
Even got like the warning, like, are you sure about adding everyone? It's 2,400 people. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
I added multiplayer.
We already got like the ping reaction. That's good.
I think I got it.
All right.
Oh, and another follow from Gusta327. Awesome. Thank you, people, for following. I like having more followers. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, and Cephalon subscribed. Cephalon is my first subscriber. Yay.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Really appreciate
Let's go.
it. And thank you for the congrats. Just so y'all know, Cephalon is my coach, by the way. So, I've been taking lessons with him, and he's doing
Is it the Roy player? Like the
Roy player.
PM.
PM Roy
Sounds
player.
familiar. Big fan.
I'm gonna not interrupt our podcast and probably start saying hi to followers in the chat, because I don't want to just like overwhelm this podcast with that. I see Sir Astreus has followed.
Good plan.
So thank you. Anyway, that's the last of them.
I think there's also a request for like names to let people know who's talking when.
Oh yeah. That overlay. Hold on.
If you can't do it, it's not a big deal.
There's a setting for that. Images. Isn't there?
I want to learn this too. So this is
appearance.
Useful for me.
Where is that? I know. Does anyone in the chat know where the setting to do like the little name overlay is?
Chat, help, chat.
Voice and video,
Stream
perhaps.
Road.
We love discussions first.
Oh, and another subscription from C-Link. Thank you very much.
Let's go.
You are my second
Streamer
one.
mode.
The overlay tab. That could be it. Display names.
Overlay. It looks like it.
Is that in-game? It's showing like it's in-game. Only while speaking.
But you're not playing. Always, maybe.
Shift plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just changed it.
I think Okay. I think it's working when you hit that button. When you...
You thought I was the buzz? I've gotten that before. And thank you, Marmo, for the sub. I appreciate it again. I already got 3 subs. This is nice. Where? I wish I did.
Is it an OG emote?
I'm going to not do this until someone says they know how to do it.
Yeah, I
that
can
we
look
can
it up in the
actually
background
start.
too.
But I will come back to this.
Yeah, let's figure it out next time. Seems like a good
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We can keep talking, and I'll do things silently.
Awesome. All right.
Okay, so we were on like Sheik or something. Let me. Bowser.
Yeah.
I see Sheik. I got it.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're on Sheik. This is one that has changed.
Yeah, I think I played against K9 Sheik at Nightmare at Smashville. Haven't played. There are some local Sheiks that are obviously like not the best Sheiks in the world, but I think it's actually a pretty good character.
We got the buffs were all during quarantine, right?
For Sheik?
Yeah.
No.
I thought they were quarantined.
No, she had
some
before that. She got some like needle buffs that changed her confirms before that.
Oh, Jay, you've been gifted a sub.
Oh, let's go. All right.
Thanks, Marvel, for that again.
Yeah, so obviously, she's super fast. She tries to whiff punish you. Needles are actually pretty interesting in neutral because they can kind of poke you without you being able to react to them. So it's actually pretty hard to stay spaced away from her. She can like especially once needles put you into tumble. Mm-hmm. It's really awkward. And she can kind of play keep away. She actually has a really hard time challenging you like move to move though. So she really relies on you missing to get an open up. She's got a couple confirms that she plays into all the time. All the stuff into bouncing fish, down tilt, into up smash. That you particularly want to avoid falling nair at kill percent on ledge and needles at kill percent. The falling needles, since they confirm into bouncing fish. Because she has a hard time killing if she doesn't get one of those confirms, basically. She's pretty good at edge guarding Link. She can definitely go out and harass bombs. I think it can be a pretty tough matchup, but kind of the thing about Sheik that I've noticed is the Sheik really has to know matchups. If the Sheik doesn't know the matchup, they have a really hard time whiff punishing. So she's like a character where all the matchups are like, you need to know them well. In my opinion. So a lot of Sheiks aren't going to be very good at the Link matchup, but if they are, I think Link has a hard time. I don't think his tools match up amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Something we talked about last time is how, like, you don't look at ultimate frame data to see what you can up out of shield. Like, her tilts are like pretty negative on shield, but they barely have any shield stun. So if you're trying to react, it's
and
really
they have
tough.
fast startup. You just need to be super ready and not.
Yeah.
But also, like against Bowser, if you miss an up B, you're dead. Against Sheik, if you miss an up B, you take 20. Like.
Yeah, you get that
bad.
smashed outwards. Yeah, so it's not the same thing.
Obviously,
but,
like by kill percent, it'll kill you, but like you basically always with up B is like you want to like trust yourself, like do it when you're confident in yourself and that it'll hit, right? And like be cautious not doing it then, because let's say they do something that's like -6, you don't always want to, it's technically safe, but you don't always want to leave them because then they won't respect it. So you need to, you sort of need to threaten out of shield every once in a while. And Sheik's actually
you can't let them F tilt every time, all the time.
Yeah, Sheik just isn't one of the characters that like punishes you super hard for that.
That's true.
I think she might actually be losing if played really well.
Yeah. It's one of those that's going to be hard to tell because, again, it's going to be losing. It's going to be like even/winning at every level until you fight like Void or Karna or someone who really knows how to utilize her movement and has the combos down. And like, it's just hard to tell unless you fight one of the really good Sheiks who actually knows what they're doing.
Like K9?
The K9. Sure.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, K9's certainly up there. It's just one of those. It's hard to like if you like people in the chat maybe like I've fought Sheik and it's always felt easy and like no, it's just different.
Yeah, so obviously, so playing around like forcing her to engage with you but not whiffing is obviously pretty hard, right? Because you don't want to throw out a move that will whiff, but you also want to throw out a move so she can't attack you. So she basically hangs out in a range where she can threaten you, where you have a hard time threatening her, and tries to bait you to commit to something. And if you don't, she can like, surprise attack you when you're, if you aren't pressing anything.
Yeah.
Take a risk.
And the other thing too about that is like she has so much more mobility that she controls that range. Like she's the one who gets to pick.
She's not
to some extent.
Like Link's obviously not super fast, but that's basically how every bait and punish character plays, of like trying to get you to commit in with speed. So the best ways to attack her are as she's in the air with like boomerang or fair, like catching the landing, or when she's dashing. Those are the two moments when she's vulnerable, basically.
Yeah, and thank you Kage for the sub. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So-
One thing I want to talk about is like, her mobility is not necessarily the biggest issue, but she has like a super good dash to shield, and she can escape the corner really well. So she can. It's very hard to keep her pinned down, in my opinion. So even though we
It's
can
really
kill her
important
early,
to play
it's
around
hard
jump
to
over
get
bouncing
her there.
fish.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah.
like the most important thing to play around.
Mhm.
When she's in the corner, but like when she is in the corner, she is in real danger. Like if she doesn't control the space because she can't back up, she's in a lot of danger because her burst options are bad on shield, like her dash up, dash attack or whatever. She doesn't get a control spacing, so she'll trade if you attack. She can't punish Link out of shield that well, like if at all.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much just nair out of shield and grab. Pretty much.
And but if she misses nair out of shield, she can die, right? And Link can be safe.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on out of shield too much of Sheik in the matchup. Like unless we're doing.
Well,
a
I
really
think it's one of the it's one of the best ways to kill her. To be honest.
Wait, no, I'm saying as Sheik. I thought you were talking about Sheik.
yeah.
She
Versus
nairs out of
Link,
shield
yeah.
and dies. I'm just saying she doesn't want to play with that because she's got enough mobility that she can just choose to not interact for a minute if she doesn't like the situation rather than having to press a button.
Well, if she basically she's playing to that though, and if you win an interaction, all the time she's forced to engage with you or jump away in a way that you can threaten. Like that's where a lot of the hits come from. Is her trying to get away and you calling it out or calling out. It's not like jump over bouncing fish isn't really punishable if you're prepared for it.
Yeah.
If you dash forward,
that's what you got to do.
Like if you dash forward and she jumps up bouncing fishes and you immediately dash back, you can punish that. Like if you're already dashing back. Like that's a pretty common interaction.
I also feel like she's pretty decent at catching bad projectile pulls because she could jump over bouncing fish to get over if you're not paying attention.
I'm not sure if she can bouncing fish on reaction to boomerang, but she can definitely hop the rang pretty easily.
Yeah, you have to be careful about it. It's pretty powerful in the corner if you throw a bad boomerang.
How good is her nair at deleting projectiles?
Not awesome. She can still get hit if it gets under her. The toe will beat it. The toe will beat.
Yeah, I don't think it has a true disjoint.
There are points of it that are disjointed, and there are points of it that aren't.
Oh yeah, so it's like a little,
not, and the bottom is not.
Yeah, I've got the hitbox pulled up on stream. It's below the leg is kind of below her front leg, but the foot actually, there's not a hurt box on the end of her foot. Weird.
Yeah, there is.
Not on her toes, just on the base of her foot. It's just weird.
It's in front of the disjoint. It's in
in
front of the hitbox.
It goes with the hitbox, so you would
So depending on where her foot hits the boomerang, it would lose frequently.
Yeah.
But she's also going to try to whack it with fair, usually, I bet, is how she's going to try and deal with it.
What I noticed with fair is that I think it actually hits our full hop, short up fair. It is pretty big. It also hits us on the ground, obviously.
It probably totally depends
on
the
space.
Spacing. It's not... It doesn't trade awesome against nair or if you have time to get a fair out.
That's true. And I feel like we talk about out of shield. I think Sheik would rather aim to parry if she has the read on the timing. Otherwise, she will short up and do delayed aerials, which are way harder to fight, and it beats spot dodge as well if you try. Or defensive options.
Well, but you can try to you can fight her. That's That's how you beat delayed aerials, is you fight them as they're going up.
Yeah, landing there into rising there. Yeah, you fight back. It's true.
If she never does rising aerials, you can fight her for the entire duration.
That's true.
And that's a lot of what Link does in this matchup, I think. Do you have stage preferences? I think there's something to be said for plats and no plats. Because she's got the drag down stuff, but she also likes to confirm aerial needles, and that can be tricky on plat stages.
I think this is one to note that I know we like to go to town a lot, and this is not one that you want to do that. Because she
You
can
think
get...
her killing off the sides?
Yeah, because she can carry up onto the side plats and get early kills that she just wouldn't on other stages, and I think that's huge against Sheik.
Well, I
I actually thought the opposite,
What?
because of she likes to kill off the top with up smash confirms and up air. But I could be wrong.
Well, but that's
Well-
dying at like 100, 110 versus like she carries you to the side at 50.
Well, so killing off the side blossoms is easier in town, and in my experience, the character that edge guards harder, which is definitely Sheik in this matchup, likes to have bigger blast zones. Like, Sheik wants to play on big blast zones so she can exploit your recovery better than you can exploit hers. Like, you want moves to be outright killing in a matchup where a character edge guards you.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's fair.
Because we kill her very early in the corner. Like, she's a fast faller and very light, so she explodes
Yeah,
off the
she's
sides.
super light.
Fair.
I just do think there's a point at which, like, with Battlefield gives us, like, too much time to bomb jump.
Well, I've played on...
But you probably have more
Like-
experience in the matchup than I do, to be fair.
Like, I played Void on, like, quick play for an hour or two once, and he was able to kill bomb jump a lot.
Yeah, I see.
Like, and if he can do it on quick play, I'm sure a good Sheik can do it live.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, you know, and he was doing all sorts. He was like bouncing, fishing it. He was needling it. They have a lot of different ways.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you would think you could bomb recover high pretty safely, but she's so fast. So
How do you feel
It's
about
not gonna be
Smash
free.
Fill?
Well,
I
that again kind of is the issue of like the stage being shorter, so you get to spend more time off of it. But it also is narrow, so she can't evade you as easily.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So I think there are a lot of different cases for different stages. I don't think it's been like tested enough in bracket for us to have like a definitive.
Just
Right
ban
answer,
story, move
basically.
on with your life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where I took K9. We might have just gone to like PS2,
Okay.
which is like probably not what I would do if I were like doing it over. But you know, I want.
Yeah, I can imagine PS2 being problematic to some degree.
Well, I was thinking it's like long, and we spend more time on stage, and I wasn't as concerned about the like with punishing me. I was pretty confident I was, you know, I could do it to him just as well.
Okay, let's see. Should we move on to the next?
Yeah, we can move
I
on.
think we can.
Are we
good.
gonna put it losing?
I'm leaning even, but like I can see losing.
I think
but
we
it's
should put
gonna
it
be
losing.
like very.
You said
You think losing?
Forex?
Yeah, I would think we should put it losing.
Yeah, it's hard to tell for me, but I like to put it here out of spite. So
Spite for
Smash 4 Chic. No, I think it'll be one that turns out to be losing at the top level. That's my feeling.
Yeah, like they will get better at learning matchups. And, like they will get better and better.
well,
I think it's like
I think the thing is, like, if you play a Sheik who has, like, a really good Link in their region, they're going to probably be really good against Link. And if you play a Sheik that doesn't have a really good Link in their region, they're probably not going to be that good against Link.
You're just going to get hit by forward.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's so many matchups that even the best players don't know all of them.
Mm. I haven't really seen that much VODs. Like I've seen Silentor versus Light, the German one.
Yeah.
I think Silentor won, but it was very even. But that's pretty much the only thing I've seen, and I've heard of Rex versus K9. So,
Well, he switched off Sheik fast.
yeah, switch to Wolf, right? That makes sense.
Well, and this is part of why I think the matchup thing is so rough, because it was in Bracken. He just played Spargo, and his Wolf had lost to Spargo, and then he switched to Sheik, and apparently had spent the like night before grinding with Luna, who's a good SoCal cloud,
Yeah.
and kind of messed Spargo up. And I was like, oh fuck, like oh shit, like that looked brutal, and Spargo's pretty freaking good. But it was like he didn't know how to space around Link in the same way. And you know, he's played a lot of
Okay.
Link, so it's not like he doesn't know how Link works.
Yeah, but does he
So,
know
like,
how to beat
does he know how to
Ultimate
do
Link
a
with Sheik?
Yeah, and he didn't.
Mm.
Like, you know, he won neutral, but he like couldn't kill me, and I didn't have any problems killing him.
Mm. Yeah.
So I think like he is a pretty good example of like a Sheik that doesn't have a lot of Link experience in the matchup will have a hard time.
Okay, that's interesting. All right. Who's
Zelda?
next?
Zelda.
Zelda.
Oh, yeah. Zelda.
Sheik's worst half.
Zelda's an interesting one. Yeah.
I think she's bad, to be honest. But pretty hard to play against and pretty punishing of habits.
Gotta know the matchup.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you just gotta respect stuff. I don't even think you need to like be super familiar with her like hitboxes or whatever, as long as you like know how she can punish different stuff.
Yeah, you just gotta know her out of shield and how kind of to play around that. You gotta be wary of Nairu's love. You gotta kind of have a plan for how you're dealing
like,
with Phantom.
Strings, for the ones that aren't tight, you just leave little holes. And then if they're Nairu's loving, then she gets like resets super hard. Like you can punish her with all sorts of terrible stuff. Like even if you shield it. The Phantom is pretty much only dangerous if you are close, if you can't run past its like attack range, like run away from it outside its range.
Yeah, on the ledge, pretty much.
But she has a hard time pulling it, and against like Boomerang and Bomb, like it's not easy for her to like get them out. And I'm not gonna lie, I think people on the ledge like do not play against the Phantom right. Like you control when you grab the ledge way more than she like can control the Phantom easily. Like she needs to start doing the Phantom as you grab ledge, and you can delay it, and then you can be like invulnerable as it goes. You know, you can time it up so you can get up attack. Like I think people just get too intimidated by it. You know, and a lot of the time you'll like, at least I like toss a bomb or like a Boomerang behind someone as I'm coming back against Zelda. And they need to like shield that, and then they like do the Phantom, and it's too late, and I can jump over.
Yeah, I see Ursa Major talking about displaced Phantom. Are you familiar how that? I think it stops Boomerang. I think you have to.
It can stop Boomerang.
What?
Yeah, if you do it right.
But you need to be in the air first of all, and it's got.
You can use bomb against it too. You can still detonate a bomb and it'll hit her through displaced Phantom.
Yeah. And if and if the Boomerang's behind her, it depends on. It depends on how they do it. Basically, she can be like way behind the Phantom or just behind it.
Interesting.
But you can throw like a Boomerang behind her. She can't do Phantom at all.
That's true.
You definitely want to play around like the lightning kicks, but she's not super awesome on Link's shield. Like she can't hit a shield very safely. She can't tomahawk you very well. She's really floaty. Like you can call her out for moving badly. You definitely don't want to commit to a predictable option because up B can kind of hit you anywhere if they like read you really hard.
Yeah, Boomerang's scary.
True.
So you want to retain access to like shield and jump as much as possible against her. I think too many people like shield preemptively against Phantom and the side B, and too late against the up B. Like they're not putting themselves in a position where they have access to shield, which just beats it super easily.
You can react to her up B online too.
Oh, it's super easy to react online. It's honestly ridiculous what they think they can get away with.
Link can block Zelda's Phantom with his passive shield. That's like, it's true, but it can put you in a lot of hits, or it puts you in like hit lag. And
depends how the Phantom's hitting you. Some of the Phantom can hit your head first.
Yeah, I think for full charge you can like block it with crouching shield, but it's kind of inconsistent. I wouldn't rely on it. Is my point.
I have not had very much luck trying to block Phantom a shield.
Also on the never
But
tried
it definitely does have like a dead zone right in front of the Phantom where it just like pushes you but doesn't hit you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Like,
you can just kind of be there.
If you're close, yeah. Which I think people don't realize either.
I just want to make a point on the bomb because I know Rex, you like to talk about this a lot. And the thing about the bomb is not only can I know bomb hitting people doesn't mean a lot of times, but Zelda, it can interrupt Phantom, so that's nice. But again, the thing is, it puts that hitbox in their area that you can detonate at any time and interrupt Phantom at any time. So if they want to set up Phantom, they have to deal with bomb first. So it really interrupts their game plan and forces them to figure out what else they can do before they can set up their normal stuff.
Well, it's like what we were talking about Sheik, right? Like with the needles, like being able to attack you in such a way you like can't react. And bomb explosion is way faster than needles in terms of like when it hits them.
Yeah, it's like frame 12, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like the end of needles is like frame 15 or something. Like maybe barely reactable, but bomb you can't react to a bomb detonation. Against her in particular, she'll neutral be it a lot of the time. So soft throwing it so it like bounces in front of her and throwing it as you like are near and threatening her are really good, because if she neutral Bs, either it won't hit the bomb away or you can punish her.
Yeah.
I think I actually kind of like PS2 in this matchup, which is pretty rare. I do not like
for
PS2 in a lot of matchups. For the stage length and for the platforms, they're really convenient for like Phantom avoidance.
That's fair.
Yeah, they're pretty high. You can fall off.
Yeah, that placement is good for avoiding Phantom.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely don't want to... I really don't like Smashville in this matchup just because Phantom covers like the whole stage, so it's really hard to avoid it. And Battlefield...
I think it makes Phantom hard, but I think it makes neutral easy.
Really?
Yeah, it's like hard for her to jump around. Like the platform's a convenient height for Link, and he can shark her pretty easily. She's like, her moves aren't that good for, she's not awesome at sharking. They're powerful, but they're really committal. Like you shield one move and you're out.
Yeah, I agree. How do you guys feel about bomb recovering high versus this character?
I think it's fine as long as like you're not in somewhere she can read an up air, basically.
Yeah, you want to get high if you can.
Yeah. I think recovering in her like area isn't as bad. Like it's hard for her to bear you. Like you're going so fast, she can't place it.
Yeah, but sometimes, especially if she like sets up Phantom early, and I guess that's somewhere you
definitely don't want to do it into Phantom.
You sit there and react and like, oh, I'm not going to do it now. But it's just one where you got to be careful about how you do it. But you can definitely get around or you can get around her ledge trapping a lot with that, and she doesn't juggle very well, so, or at least in my opinion.
No, She's good.
She gets like one shot.
Nair and up tilt are good juggle moves, but her aerials aren't. Like, yeah, like her aerials are basically all like reads.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, yeah, good.
All good? I don't know what happened there. But yeah, one thing I want to talk about too is like her out of shield, like Fairy and Bear out of shield. From what I know, they're like kind of awkward to hit Link with if he does Nair. It's like
they're generally
just slightly slow.
They're also frame
and if you space badly, if you space poorly, she will cross up and she won't get the sweet spot either.
Well, if you space poorly too, she has up B though.
Yeah, but you can shield. Like you can cross up Nair.
Up B is definitely the most dangerous one. Like it's the easiest one to get hit by, because if you're like, I Naired her shield, I'm gonna take another turn. I think, which is generally like a pretty good risk, because if she misses an up B, it's so bad for her a lot of the time. Like she hits an up B at low percent, you like make it back down before she does. Like,
it's a free out smash or whatever you want.
But and you don't want to like tank a grab if you don't have to. So, but it's definitely you should play around it. It can kill you at like 90, especially if you're DIing bad.
Yeah. A tip I have for like the up B thing is to like you can nair behind your shield and then you buffer shield by holding away. So Rex, you probably heard it before. Like you're tilting shield, that's not a big deal, but you're buffering DI away. So if you get hit, you DI away, they're up B. So she has to hard read the direction.
I feel like
angle
you
or
can
up B.
react to getting hit most of the time.
You think so? I would be very surprised if you
let's
can.
look at.
I don't know how long the hit lag is.
Yeah, because you can't use the hit lag. You have to use the you have to react to the DI, then decide the angle. And I would be very surprised if you could. But maybe.
Check how long it takes from the first hit to the second hit.
6 frames to 35 frames, but it's not like you get to DI for that whole 20 frame gap.
Yeah.
Well,
30 frame
you get a
gap.
DI. Oh, you are talking about DIing the first hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't. Usually, if you buffer shield, you go straight up, right? But then you get hits, regardless, pretty much. I'm thinking about like
Making
DIing,
move not
so
connect.
she has to angle diagonally the up B to hit you on DI away.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And
Well, the thing is, the different hitboxes can also send you in weird directions. Yeah.
yeah, DI away is just.
I feel like if you're buffering shield, it
advice.
normally shouldn't hit you.
Yeah, she's pretty tall, so -6. I would say your
I guess if
nair
she's
could very
fast and
likely
you're
be
doing-
-6.
I guess if you're doing a really bad nair.
Ursa
like a cross-up nair.
Ursa asked how hard is FD. I think it
Versus Zelda?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's
I don't
kind
think
of
it's that bad.
annoying. She doesn't land well, so I
No,
think
she
FD's
really
kinda-
doesn't. But to be fair, she doesn't land well on platforms either.
True.
Like,
I would prefer
No, it's not.
platforms, honestly.
I would probably.
But-
Well, I think some trouble with platforms.
If
Goodness.
I'm banning Lilat's story so that I can just ledge trap her.
Well, you can ledge trap her there. Yoshi Story's a great stage to ledge trap on.
I don't like story. I hate.
I know you
I
don't,
hate
but it's a great stage to ledge trap on.
Yeah, and you can follow up as you please as well. So it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's actually really good to ledge trap on.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't have much.
I know you don't like it, but it
Ledge
has
trap on.
like why is it worse than Battlefield?
Can't,
Okay.
Which
You
is,
don't
I
have the
think,
option
another
for
good
bombs,
stage to
though.
ledge trap on. Huh?
You don't have
I
the
think
option
Battlefield's
for bombs,
also. I think Battlefield's also a really important stage to ledge trap on.
Well, I also don't like. I don't like nair spam ledge trapping against Zelda. She's got Sharking with up air. She can jump neighbors if she finds the window. So I like bomb ledge trapping against Zelda a lot more than I like nair spam.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't
cool
think
thing
that
about
those
story is that you can down tilt every ledge hang pretty much. On that stage.
I don't think.
It's
Well,
pretty
you
dope.
talk about like that as though those are the only options.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can-
like hanging back versus Zelda.
Well, but if you hang back, like in my head, if you hang
I
back,
think
you
she
might as well
gets
have
pretty-
a bomb there.
Well, you don't have the time,
Well, if you
And
don't have time,
you-
you don't have time. But it's a stage
and
that
if
you
you
don't have that
and you
option.
might have thrown a bomb at her. Like I've killed a ton of Zeldas who are like side Bing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
toss a bomb at them off stage. Like it's not bad to toss a bomb at her if she's pressing B, especially. I think she gets murdered by basically every ledge trap, so I don't think it's like too bad. Like I think she struggles against all of them. She doesn't have a good body and she doesn't have good hitboxes for it.
Yeah,
I
the
think as
rising
long
aerials
as
are very
you-
committal.
Yeah, I think as long as you are basically patient and like let her make a mistake, basically, she's so committal that and like just let her make the bad move.
Yeah. You can also.
You know, if she's taking too much advantage, like dashing into you and stuff, you can start swinging. But if she's just like doing Naru's love and like rising aerials and anything like that, like let her make mistakes. You know, missing dash attacks.
Mhm.
I think is the main part of the matchup. I think Link pretty thoroughly spanks her. I think she's an easy matchup.
I think it's winning. I don't know about how winning, but I do think it's winning.
Well,
And
if Bowser's in the winning category, it's easier
Yeah.
than that.
definitely easier than Bowser.
Why is your stream off?
My stream is not off
Yeah.
according to OBS or Streamlabs.
I'm looking at the wrong one, I guess. Oh, there we go. Okay, my bad. Oh,
Okay, people are saying
No.
I'm still alive, so this is a you problem.
I guess so. Whatever, it's no big
Yeah, it
deal.
works for me.
What's the next
Let's
character?
move on.
I feel like we can move on, yeah.
Zelda, Sheik, Dr. Mario.
Doc. Yes, he's another one that
Extra
I
winning.
have the most experience with. We have a PR Doc in my region who's pretty good. He's one of my practice buddies. So a lot of people... So the two main things Links have like big trouble with in this matchup are Pills and Up Out of Shield. And Up Out of Shield, like, you space your nair and you don't do high nairs, and it's fine. Like, not something he wants to risk against you if he's not sure if it's going to hit. It's really committal. It gets him forward smashed. So, like, it's definitely a matchup you don't want to, like, hit a shield with high nairs at all. That's really bad. And Pills, people are so bad at playing around Pills. So, first of all, they bounce. You can run under them. You can jump over them. You have to watch where they're going to see which one, like, is easiest. Because they can catch you trying to run under and they can catch you trying to go over. You need to pay attention and do both. Good Docs, like, won't approach. They're not awesome at approaching. They want you to come into them so they can shield or they can whiff punish you. Because they've got pretty good combos once they, like, get their hands on you. Their dash attack and grabs both lead to good combos. Down B is also a big thing people have a lot of trouble with. You want to shield all the hits. Docs always like tomahawk with it. They like do it just as they're landing, and it's a
down B tomahawk is crazy if you're not ready.
You definitely want to DI down throw out at like 80-ish%. It can kill you really early. You want to be careful also at ledge, even at low percents, like up being straight to ledge. Docs are always looking to like down B people who are going to ledge predictably. But if he commits, you can reverse ASA him pretty easily. So be aware. It's not that hard to avoid. ASA is a lot bigger. So it's like not hard to get a favorable hit on him.
And if they burn their down B and you reverse ASA them, that might just outright kill them. They may
probably
just be
will.
too far.
Depends if they have jumped or not, but you can usually nair them afterwards, depending on how close you are to ledge and I can. But
again, in trade, at least with a late hit in your favor.
Okay, so bomb basically murders him off stage. If he air dodges or down Bs, and he often has to do one or the other, you can throw bomb and just kill him. There's plenty of time. If he's not doing that, he is low and has to jump, and you can nair him. So if you get either of those, and you can nair him, any combination of those basically, you can force him to die.
Yeah. So what you're talking about is like full upping out soft throw bomb or whatever throw is appropriate, and then
so you pull
react.
bomb. If he is, he's out of hit stun. If he down Bs right away or air dodges right away, throw the bomb in like his trajectory. If he goes low under, you just nair on top of him. He can't fight you. Like, he can't jump, he can't fight you, he can't air dodge. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, but it's not hard. Also, you can, if he's like down being or air dodging in like mid range, you can often just jump off and get him and not pull a bomb. You kind of need to like judge the situation. But he, there's not like, it's pretty easy to like cover everything.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
I think Link beats Doc about as bad as DK.
Oh yeah.
That much.
I mean, you play patient, work around the things, don't get hit by dumb things, throw him off stage, he dies.
The Doc in my region was like, oh yeah, I think Doc Link is even, which I took as a real compliment since like it's been since he normally doesn't beat me. In fact, he doesn't beat me. So I'm like, oh well, thank you, but it's like not like.
How do you take it as a compliment?
Because I'm beating him every time, and he thinks it's even.
Oh. So,
right. So he thinks
you would be like the extraordinary Link player who could make it seem winning. Okay.
Well, to be fair, if he beat me, it would be an upset. I'm ranked second. He was ranked like 5th or 6th.
Okay.
But he definitely had like a big come up after we started practicing. Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
who's next?
I've only
Oh,
played
sorry.
like Pocket to Duck, so I can't really speak on like how to meet them in brackets. So
Okay, Pichu.
Pichu.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the buffs or the
I think the buffs are
nerfs?
insignificant.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think they
like
matter
they
for
didn't do
our...
anything about T-Jolts, but the Nair thing is kind of interesting.
What was
Like
the
it's
Nair
more
thing?
disjointed.
It's more disjointed.
The
It's
airs have intangibility, so you can sometimes not trade.
that's such a labber like, oh yeah, the nairs are totally gonna change everything.
Yeah,
but
but
the ears,
I'm not
no
saying
one
it's
will
like
see
huge.
the ears coming.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't see
I'm
that.
not gonna say it's huge, but it's gonna be the most impactful
It
thing
does
about the
have a
patch
little bit
for
of
that
disjoint now, though.
character.
You're right.
Yeah, look at
That's
it.
funny.
It's a good move. It's
Yeah.
best aerial probably.
Let's not go crazy.
I
Pichu's
think
best
that could
aerial.
potentially beat.
Pichu's best aerial is Bear, and
You
it's
think so?
also his
Agreed.
best aerial in the matchup.
I also agree.
I think both of the moves are great. Yeah, recovering
I think
damage is significant.
I think people make the mistake of comparing Pichu to Link or to Pikachu, and they're not. They don't necessarily play as similarly as people think. They have kind of a similar Thunder Jolt approach, but Pichu has a lot more like cross up, like tricky movement stuff on the ground. Better airspeed, super fast normals. Obviously, like not very ranged. And he definitely gimps differently. Like he'll kill you off the side. Which Pikachu, like, he doesn't have that thing like Pikachu, where Pikachu, like, between 40 and 120 or whatever, like, struggles to kill. Pichu will, like, kill you off the side at 40 with Bear. Like, it'll send you super far off, it'll kill you. Whereas Pikachu Bear, you can survive, like, as an edge guard for a long time. Also, it's pretty good combos. Obviously, like, them slipping up gets them killed. Rising aerials, you want to punish. He doesn't pancake as hard anymore.
Yeah, I believe if they back air, like landing back air, I believe we can upbeat that.
Yeah, usually.
I've had it both
easier
succeed. I've had it both succeed and fail.
Yeah, I think I looked into it. It depends on some factors.
How close they are and how close their
what,
head
what
is to
direction
your
they're
Link's
facing.
body. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's consistent if you know like the factors that make it work.
Yeah, you know, you fight quick attack pretty similarly to Pikachu, except you don't need to hop into shield. But it goes further. You need to be more careful about like them just like going around you.
Preemptive nairs, I guess.
T-Jolt is worse to get hit with. It can put you. It can tumble you, which is bad.
Yeah, you die to tech chases really early or jab locks.
That's the easiest way to lose the Pichu, I think. Like them like forward smashing you somehow.
Forward smash, thunder off the side at low percent.
Yeah. Definitely want to be cognizant of thunder off stage.
It's suicide combos. Like falling up air into thunder. You can get caught with that off stage and lose a stock real quick.
Well, they can do that and live.
Yeah, if they do it right, they can live. You have to DI and totally down.
But it depends. You know, you want to DI out, and you don't want to like. If the thunder crap is such a gimmick, like the offstage thunder, like you can see, it's not clever. You can see it. You can see exactly where they are. Like you can see they're going for it. You can air dodge through it, or go over it, or go under. Like it's basically a play on your like not paying it. It's like an attention check to how much like how cognizant you are of your surroundings.
Yeah.
I don't think people should be getting hit by that very much.
That's a good word.
Like, don't get me wrong, Pichu can definitely like put you in some situations where it's like 50-50s. But I see people die to just random thunders. Like them drop low thunder and then you die. And I don't think that should be happening. I
also think the ledge trap is more threatening than Pikachu's. Like hitting ledge hang with down tilts and lingering there.
Forward tilt too, I think.
Like not so much after the nerfs, but still decent. Get us off stage.
Also, so like we were talking about how like some characters missing an up B is really bad against, and Pikachu is not one of those, and Pichu is.
Yeah.
So definitely something that you like want to be cognizant of. Like the risk reward for up B is like there's way more risk to missing one. Like Pichu will kill you at like 70 or whatever, whereas Pikachu can't kill you at 70.
Yeah, they can also like get a very good combo starter as well to set it up.
If they're low percent, sure. Yeah.
And carry you off stage. So it's like always bad, almost. But we can up B the F smash, which not every other character can. I think maybe mixing it up with Zelda, which kind of looks similar. But I think that's the case. Like, it's kind of awkward to punish.
But a lot of Pichu stuff is like deceptively low end lag. So you again want to be sure about the moves that you're trying to up B. Like, it's really important to like be confident in which moves you can up B and which moves you can, and that you're ready. Like, one of the most important and underrated skills, I think, is recognizing when you like weren't ready to react to something.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Like, people all the time like are trying to cover attack, they're too late, and they don't recognize they're too late. Like that's what makes like really good players different. Not only that they can like react better, but they like recognize when they're like, okay, I'm gonna let this fish go. I like was too slow.
I think like Greninja dash attack's a big one for that, because like it's minus 13, so it feels like you can punish it every time.
I don't have a hard time punishing it.
It's also frame 7. It's kind of hard to react to sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like a relevant thing is also that people are kind of stubborn. Like, when people think they should react to something, they feel like, oh, I should do it. Maybe they whiff something and then I try again, because they kind of feel like, oh, I should have had that. I'll show them that I can do it.
One time I was playing a Mega Man, like the Mega Man in my region, and he learned that like Dare is really safe. But it definitely wasn't in Smash 4, and it definitely doesn't look safe. So I must have tried to up that thing like the first game, I consciously I'm like, okay, that's clearly safe. I need to play this differently. And then I kept up being, and I'm like, God, what is wrong with me? Like, it turned like what should have been like an easy set into kind of a squeaker.
Yeah, it's a super like common bait for Mega Man players. Like, it looks deceptively unsafe, but it's actually minus 0.
And then they up tilt you, and you're like, what the hell? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, you can't even up B. Like, their move is faster. Like, it's their turn. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Do we have stages against Pichu?
I just wanted to say one thing about Pichu as well. Like, you talked about like hard to up B and stuff, and I think the primary thing about that, at least for grounded moves, is because like she has like a couple of moves that are safe versus up B. So you have to distinguish the animations, which are really tough. So if you suddenly
they're so fast, and even
you
the
won't be able
unsafe
to.
ones, and even the unsafe ones are
it's
the
low
unsafe
hit lag.
ones are like not that unsafe.
Exactly. So it's like primarily dash attack you will be able to react to.
So like
probably.
Down tilt's safe, like up tilt's 10, which is fast for an aerial, or fast for a grounded move. Like, grounded moves are harder to react to in general than like aerials, basically, because aerials you see them coming both either in the air or like they start their move early and drag it into you a lot of the time. You have a lot more there's a lot more of a collision course a lot of the time, whereas a lot of the time for a grounded move they're like dash up and poke you in a way that's like harder to, you don't want to like have your up B, your finger on that B if they're just dashing at you. That's like an easy thing to you want to make sure you're gonna hit it.
Up tilt falls into the category of grounded moves where like I'll up B the second one. Like if they're mashing up tilt, I'll do that with Roy jab, things like that.
Yeah, like you could slip once and then now I'm ready. If you're buffer
it's definitely important. So it's important to be cognizant and know which ones you can get and which ones you can't. Okay.
Sure.
That's stages.
Stages.
I think same stages as Pikachu. It's probably the same pluses and minuses probably.
That's fair.
You would like to go to like Battlefield?
Yeah, I think they have trouble against that. They say FD is their best stage. I think that's a fine stage for Link. I don't think that's a problem. But
yeah, I think we both do okay there.
I think basically the same stages as Pikachu probably.
I agree.
Yeah, I might prefer like platforms.
Yeah,
it makes Thunder Jolting harder. It makes like them approaching a little more linear. Like you don't want to be like short hopping, full hopping anyway.
I also don't really. They especially like killing off the sides, so just something to consider when picking stages. Like Battlefield, I like the fact that you can just kind of live.
Well, you killed them off the sides too, though.
Yeah.
Fast
But
faller
we
and
can
like ready to
up-throw.
explode.
I don't.
But
does
it's
Pichu
actually
have
a
any
matchup
ways
I think
besides
Link
up smash
kills.
killing up top?
Kill off the top.
Yeah.
It's mostly
Yeah, I
up
can
smash.
see I can see like PS2 and
'Cause-
Smashville being good.
Because
but-
I don't really find like I don't know. I find myself killing them with up throw and up tilt a decent amount for some reason.
Yeah, I throw kids like 140, so no rage, which is kind of crazy.
And
But yeah,
Okay, cool.
is
Next.
Falco next.
let's move on.
Oh, and just a reminder, we're gonna move on to Falco next. But if anyone in the chat has a matchup that they'd like to hear about or want us to go over, so they don't miss it, you're welcome to suggest one. Oh,
Alright.
did y'all agree Pichu was even? By the way.
I would say it's even, yeah.
That's probably about the vicinity it's in. We put Pikachu's. Yeah, I think Pikachu might be a little harder.
Mhm.
Definitely not.
Falcon.
I don't. People think it's like trivial since the like nerfs or whatever. I don't
No.
think it's true. I think it's
Yeah.
still like not an easy
Yeah.
matchup.
I agree. Falco, yeah.
Falco,
I think this is
aka
another
Falco
character
Snare.
that just like runs you over if you do like the normal Link stuff. Like if you have predictable boomerangs, predictable nairs, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I
It's
think
one of
there's a lot
those.
of tools that deal with Link like kind of on paper. You definitely in neutral you want to play around fair and play around the reflector because the reflector is like super fast. A lot of the time for other reflectors, Link can kind of like approach while he's doing a projectile, and like if you get in the reflector now, you're like at disadvantage. But that's not really the case for Falco's. He'll like bat you away. It's like hard to set situations like that up. But play around those two things. It's not horrible. You obviously don't want to get grabbed either. He can ladder you pretty good. He's got good combos. He's not awesome. He's like not awesome at edge guarding. You just need to play around fair. You don't want to land on him either because of Nair and up smash. Both are fast and will beat you out.
Yeah, up tilt, I guess.
So you definitely want to play in the like short hop range most of the time. Like short hop height. You don't want to like try to come down on him.
Coming in with full hop Nair is a great way to take 80 damage.
So I think it's like strangely like a real like footsies matchup where you're both like sort of baiting each other into doing your like powerful committal options like short hop fair and Nair and his short hop fair and Nair. But he's not awesome at landing. He like has a hard time beating out like Link's moves from above. His recovery's really garbage. It's definitely like he has more of a chance if he like side B's high. It's definitely what Link has trouble with, so you want to kind of be in range to like try and ASA that if you're available. I'm like pretty off trying to use bomb against Fox and Falco. I don't think it's
kind of bursty. Like I can just change.
Yeah, they're too
the
fast.
course.
They get back too fast. Like by the time you pull bomb, they're already like side being the ledge.
I like Arrow versus their side Bs a lot.
So I used to be a big believer in Arrow, and then I started playing good Foxes and Falcos, and they just played around it really easily. Like
just recovered a little bit higher.
Yeah, they go higher or lower. And
yeah, they can
like,
react
up
and it's
B
committal.
high. Yeah.
But it's a good.
So-
it's more a good thing to like force them to do that. To force them to play around.
I think you
Catch
like
them
want to try to Nair and ASA. Like you want to like use and T spike if they are a being. So the combination of those things and
I agree.
that's how you want to do it.
And by Nair, the Nair I like best is like it's kind of hard versus Falco to do the drop down double jump back up to stage Nair, because if you time it wrong, you just die. Versus
For the
Fox,
side B, you mean?
Yeah, because it spikes.
Oh yeah, yeah, it can backfire for sure.
Versus Fox, you can kind of do that because you just get hit up a little if you miss time, and it's whatever. You might even get to
Like you're on ledge.
Yeah, you're standing on stage and you do the drop down double jump fading back on stage.
You gotta ASA that.
Gotta ASA that.
Yeah.
Side B, it's kind of fast though.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to
barely
react to.
reactive. Right, Fox is a bit slower. I think so at least. I can take a
I
look.
think if you are confident in your timing, you can like near say that.
Let's take a look. I kind of like F tilting in Loki. If you're on stage, that is.
They
Yeah, it's frame
can go under
13.
that.
Side B. Yeah,
Well,
they can.
but
They can go under.
But you can like. There's only a range. Like you put yourself in position and then react with the move. Like you react with the move to like
What
their
frame does that
position.
start at?
It's frame 13 to 18.
Hmm.
Or at 20-ish. So it's really fast. I don't think you can do it on
Yeah.
reaction. You kind of have to believe or know that they're gonna side B.
You put
So, but-
put your move in the placement where they like are setting up for.
Dude, Yeah, in that case, it can work.
Like
But I would
Falco
maybe do that
can-
with Nair, and then they would have to up B next, which you can.
That's true.
Well, the thing is,
Place your
Falco
up B.
can't always choose. Like he kind of has to commit more than Fox. Like Fox can do both from like anywhere his up B goes far enough, but Falco's up B doesn't go that far.
Well,
So it's important to be cognizant of his like max up B
wait.
distance.
Are we talking about up B or side B? Because we're talking about doing that to cover side B.
I'm talking about some situations they have to side B because they can't up B instead.
Well, yeah. Then you just hard cover it. I'm talking about
Like
the kind of like the
When it
parts
connects.
where it's hard to hit side B and you want to edge guard them. Because sometimes versus Fox, just as coverage, I'll do that drop down double jump nair. Sometimes it just loses versus Falco, and you die at 20.
Yeah, I think you kind of have. I would maybe jump out with a Nair instead of like doing double jump Nair.
Mhm.
So the trade-off for being too slow or too early wouldn't be as bad. As you said, like he's like not too awesome at edge guarding. Like he would have to go out and down air you or forward air you. You can work around it. So I would do that instead. Keep your jump. Place your Nair to hit side B. If he delays and go lower, then you can change your mind and up B. That would be my go-to if it's ambiguous.
I think we've talked enough about Falco. I don't. I generally don't like plats. Before we like.
I don't know. I really don't like FD versus Falco, honestly. I think it's kind of hard to mix up where you're landing versus up tilt on FD or grab.
Yeah,
I just
but
think
he's kind
he
of
sharks
slow.
and like ladders you on plats, and it's like not a good scene.
I don't know.
Yeah, like he gets like 3 extra hits with a platform sometimes.
I was playing
at least.
versus a really good Falco from our region. When we did a first to 10, it was pretty close both sets, and we found like a weird amount of he was winning on FD, I was winning on Battlefield.
That's interesting. I think Battlefield is an awesome stage for that character. Blast zones are big though, which might help. But I think if he hides on the platforms, it's going to be harder to. Well, actually, I don't know entirely.
I think it's the same. You're like you don't want to jump.
You're
in
not
on
going
it
to
anyway.
want to jump in anyway. Yeah, that's true. But there's like one thing, or a couple of things I want to mention, and that is like you can bait up tilts by like jumping in and fading back with boomerang, kind of similar to how you would.
You mean like
bait
wave bouncing
other
it?
anti-airs. Yeah. So, and
I think
you would also have
I
to
think
get creative with
normally he can
boomerangs,
just
too.
like down B fast enough.
Yeah, and that's where like the second thing comes in. Like you would have to be a bit more creative with the boomerangs. Try to throw it in ways that you can't reflect. At least not get hit
Under
for it.
him, behind him.
You can do like fade back boomerangs to punish fair and stuff, but like generally this is one of the least boomerang heavy matchups to me.
In neutral.
Yeah, in neutral.
I think it's fine everywhere else.
Mhm.
I think it's just like throwing it in his like vicinity doesn't usually make things work out for you. And fair kind of like stuffs it if he fairs and you rang,
True.
which a lot of moves fair rang kind of beats in that situation. Okay, Marth and
we had someone did we had requests for Minmin and Palu, but someone did ask about Lucina earlier. So let's do Marth, Lucina, and then those two. That's
Okay.
all right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, did we agree on Falco as even? I think it's
Yeah,
one of
I
the
think it's even.
harder even ones, personally.
It's like one of those you need
Like,
how to fight. You can't
it's like-
use the normal Link flowcharts.
There are times where I lean on it as losing, but probably.
I don't think it's losing.
Yeah,
I think
it's even.
I think it if anything is might be winning.
All right. So Martha and Lucina, we can kind of talk about together.
I don't.
bit.
Well, they get different stuff off hits.
They're not the same thing, but we talk about
they're
it
neutral.
at the same time.
Their neutral's pretty similar. You know, they've got the same moves. Definitely a character you don't want to like space with at all. Like, you don't want to be just like drifting in the air in their range. That's like a really bad space to be, even if you're using Nair or Fair. Like, you know, you want to be taking your fights kind of quick. Like, you set up a situation where you have an advantageous fight, and then you take it, and then you sort of like disengage. You don't want to be just like existing in the air around them in particular. That said, you can, if it's not a really good Fair or Bear, you can up B it. Nair is harder to up B, so you want to pay attention to what they're doing next. They, you know, like so much of their, like how they play is like Fair, Bear, and up Bear. And up Bear obviously is pretty good on shield and really good at juggling, and is one of the move links has the hardest time dealing with. You definitely want to like get out of tumble and then like fast fall, have a mix up for it, because she's floaty enough she can't like aerial to cover your fast fall air dodge and then like cover you on the ground, like, you know, like Fox could or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
So you want to get, you know, you tank it until you can get out of tumble, and then like use your jump or use your jump and fast fall to like get through. You don't want to fight up air.
Yeah. She could like somewhat kind of try to synchronize her full speed with Link and then land and like fire off an up tilt immediately afterwards, so it's kind of hard to force your way through. If you're obvious about like the fast fall air dodge, that is.
Well, it's your, like, the thing with fast fall air dodge is you can fast fall air dodge, like you can fast fall air dodge Nair, you can fast fall air dodge to the left and the right, and she can really only cover one.
Yeah.
If you like the issue is her hitting on like tumble, where you can't do that, right? Because you can't fast fall out of tumble.
Yeah. So you don't want to pull the trigger too early. Like if she like commits to catch you up high when you have the advantage to, or the possibility to air dodge, then she's taking a risk getting crossed up in the air. She's floaty. So that's true.
Like, so you just be disciplined when you're getting juggled. That's the easiest place to lose the matchup, probably. Off stage, you can harass them for going low. Link has the tools to attack her jump and attack with bomb or nair, or both. If she loses her jump, she's usually dead. Like, she has a good recovery, but only if her recovery's in snap range, basically. Like,
and it can trade with nair, like her up B, and it puts her in a terrible spot.
Yeah, she dies
down in a way.
Yeah.
Depends on like if she has a jump usually, but yeah, usually kills her. If she doesn't. So get creative using that to edge guard. She's not. It's like not free for her. Hold your up B for counters. That's pretty important. If they're getting like weaselly with like Dancing Blade, like mixing it up, I would. Is there a hit that you can always up B after, Jay?
I'm not sure about it, but like after the third one, I would be a bit more trigger happy, because like if she does like the last one, like the risk reward is in your
super
favor.
light,
Yeah. So,
but it's slower
I would do it
than
after
like,
third one or second.
It's like slower than a jab is. You know,
Yeah,
like jab sometimes you like up B between them, but Dancing Blade's even slower.
I mean,
like
all of these like hit 2 and on. The first one can be -16, but like hit 2 and on is like always at least -29. So if you got practice, you can definitely just react.
Well, it's not -29 if they cancel into the next one.
Yeah, that's the mix up, right?
That's why I'm saying you react. But I think it's enough time to react to them ending it, is what I'm saying.
Well, they can. You don't know if they're going to end it or they're going to do the next one.
How long do they? What window do they have? Oh, they have all the windows.
It's very complicated.
That's a really long window. Never mind. I didn't realize how long the window was.
Yeah, so they can mix up really well, but if you guess wrong on some of the hits, it's in your favor.
It's not,
usually.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world usually. A big thing for punishing her is baiting out like high aerials from her. Like if she's swinging high aerials and missing, she's in big trouble. She's not awesome at landing on Link either. Like her coming down on Link who's fair is hard. Her coming down on Link who can like might fair her and might shield, like that's really bad.
Boomerang under her is really powerful too.
Yeah, she struggles against Rang in the air in particular. Okay, I think that's mostly it. Marth is pretty similar in neutral. He gets some different follow-ups. He can obviously like kill you off different straight hits. He definitely does run into situations where he's having a hard time like spacing stuff and so having a hard time killing. So I think he kind of relies on a little more on like gimping and getting his specific setups. So I think he's worse to like whiff up B against.
I think another thing that he is really good at is like F tilt. Like it's very easy to get tipper. You kind of auto spaces in the way that the tipper kind of travels forwards along an arc. So
yeah,
it's especially good for ledge trapping. So yeah, so you have to be careful on the ledge.
Yeah.
I think both of them, us off stage is horrible. Us getting ledge trap, being off stage, just generally hard to get.
I think you need to like maintain your composure there. I don't think they're the worst character. Like I don't think they're the best character gimping Link.
Oh, I mean getting gimped. Yes, I mean more ledge trapping. I think it's really hard to get off ledge versus these characters.
I think again you need to like maintain your composure. Like be careful jumping, be careful shielding. Like you just need to pick your spots.
I think one thing they excel at is like catching bomb recovery. Like they're really good at it. Like back air, F smash, can chase you, good juggle game if you go high and then miss it. And good ledge trapping if you go low.
I think pretty sure basically all their ground moves are GSAable if they're in range.
Yeah, they are. So, down tilt, many people don't know. Like many Lucinas don't know.
Yeah, it usually loses. Yeah,
it is tough reaction though.
So that's definitely something to like keep in mind if you're in disadvantage. It's like if she's trying to like space you with grounded moves and you've managed to make her miss space a little bit, you cannot beat her. Okay, sure. Cool.
I think losing. I think it's fairly solid.
I think it's pretty. Whatever.
I think it's losing, but
overstate how bad it is.
I think it's losing, but not by much. I think it's very, very doable. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's something about it. Like, you won't get like really surprised about anything. You'll like, you know about shield breaker. You know about like not wasting your
shield breaker can surprise you.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, I definitely.
If she hits one aerial on your shield and you hold shield for too long, then you'll get F smash, right?
Oh,
but so. I think the biggest part is in neutral. Like, don't just like be hanging out in the air.
She'll swat you away.
She'll swat you, yeah. Like, don't place yourself in the air and like, hey, here I am, space around me. Like, you need to play kind of reactive to how she's moving.
I'd also just like to say for people watching, I'm like putting these sort of in order, but do not take too much stock in that. Like, if it's even, it's even. It doesn't like. Sort of the ones toward the end are closer to winning, and sort of the ones toward the top are closer to losing, but like, don't take much stock in it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Should we move on?
Yep.
Should we talk? Yeah.
So Palu or Min Min, which one do y'all want to do first?
We can do Palu. It's more relevant.
Yeah, I played a lot of Palus.
I think everyone's played a lot of Palus.
Yeah, common character.
I'm a pretty firm believer that like people overstate how bad this matchup is, and I think that's because they don't know it. And so the things to play around are, don't throw your projectile. Like, you wait to see what they're doing before you decide how to play. Like, if you're both pressing projectile buttons, hers will win if you're not playing around them. But hers are so committal that Link pretty easily like outcamps her. She has to approach. Like, Explosive Flame and Auto Reticle are not good. Like, they're not good moves. They're definitely ones you can like jump over and then throw a boomerang or throw a bomb, and she has to approach. Do not full hop nair against her before like 50% or whatever. Her Nair stuffs
Yeah.
it, and she gets way more off of it. It's a terrible
Yeah.
exchange.
It can beat in trade,
and-
but the risk reward is very bad.
And knowing how to up B her Nair is really important in the matchup. Like, you
Yeah.
discourage her from using that move. Allies use it as a crutch. They expect it to beat bad people. They expect it to beat Link, and it doesn't. It is not that good against Link. It's really committal. He doesn't have awesome air speed. You can make it whiff. You can shield it.
Yeah, like
you
online
cannot-
is kind of annoying with the acceleration. Like she can just suddenly cross up, and then it's suddenly not that unsafe. But offline, for sure, you could react and space it accordingly or reverse it accordingly.
You can outspace it horizontally, so definitely a matchup to like you can
True.
play short hops with her, especially at lower percents. Like, that's fine. Like, your fair and your boomerang and your Nair do just fine against her aerials. She definitely has a little bit of an edge on like what she gets off grabs and what she gets off like dash attack, basically. So you definitely want to be like careful to her like her punish game on the ground and her like mix-ups. But you can, your advantage is you have better out of shield and your boomerang's pretty good against her. She can have a hard time against boomerang.
Yeah,
her counter is
especially with a
something
fair
not against
nerf. I think that actually matters a bit.
Yeah.
It used to be like kind of decent.
I think the fair nerf is like probably most relevant like when it whiffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they like
kind
poke
of
with it a lot, and a lot of the
It's-
time.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's
no.
also worth noting that now given spacing, now we can parry up B it, which we couldn't before.
Yeah, always. Like that's good to know. I've had that happen where I parried up B, then it got shielded because they did it perfectly. But
You want to play around up smash when bomb recovering.
That one hurts. That one hurts if you do it wrong.
You want to not commit to. You want to be careful committing against teleport. They'll go on stage if you're not paying attention, but you can easily react. Like, I've killed a ton of Palus who go on stage and then I like run up GSA them or whatever.
Yeah,
like
don't put yourself in lag
like
unnecessarily.
it's very much a like fundamentals matchup. You're playing to exploit each other's weaknesses. You're playing for stage control. Neither of you are like super fast. You're fighting mostly with normals. Yeah, I think it's even. I thought it was even before the nerfs.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can actually see it. I just wanted to say about the up smash is that I don't think it's awesome against bomb recovery because it's very committal. Like, you can react, DI down, tech the wall, reverse up B. She's dead at 70. So it's very
Well,
much.
there are
in your
definite
favor.
ranges with bomb recoveries where you have to be kind of in its zone or fast.
Yeah,
I personally have
you-
definitely killed myself a couple times trying to DI bomb recovery.
Okay, like I don't think like after I learned I could do that. Like,
Well, I
feel
just
like
go
it's your
under the
thing.
stage against her because
okay,
they
yeah.
definitely like up smashed when I didn't think they were going to.
Like you
like-
tech the wall and you still go up smash.
No,
Mhm.
that's what I do.
Yeah.
I go for the wall
Okay.
Yeah.
and sometimes reverse ASA them, but like it's something you have to be cognizant of.
Yeah, only reverse ASA if they pull the
If they're
trigger on the up
lag.
smash for the most part. And it also nerfed the drop down there, which was kind of annoying. It killed you
Oh
at
yeah,
like
you don't want to
130
reverse
before.
ASA if they're like still charging it.
Mm.
Um,
And obviously they can chase high recoveries with up air too. It's not too bad if they know where to challenge you.
auto reticle can poke you if you're bomb recovering or going low. You want to be careful about it when you're recovering. That's actually like where it's probably best in the matchup.
Yeah,
If
I feel
she
like
does it as you jump, it'll kill you.
yeah, the mistake is that people jump at the diagonal towards Palu.
Yeah.
Like, you want to drift under and kind of jump under her, if it would make sense. Or at least keep your jump.
Yeah, you want to be cognizant of, because there's like a degree, because you normally you jump diagonally towards her, right? But there's like a degree of ranges where it'll like hit you and a degree of ranges where it won't.
Yeah, because it whiffs if you drift like past it. Like the
Yeah, if you don't jump.
And just a final thing about the projectiles, since we mentioned it. Like, you talked about it first. Like, you don't want to do like bad projectiles. Like, what I like to think about is like, let her do the first projectile, then you can get time to pull your own, or at least be in a range where it's very
Just like
risky.
just dodge it, and then you can use the time to your advantage. And if she's not
Yeah.
throwing projectiles, feel free to toss a boomerang or a bomb over, like a boomerang behind her, a bomb in her vicinity. Like, because the thing is, you can gain an advantage out of her missing her projectile, like her using her projectiles and they're missing gives you an advantage. But you throwing your projectiles when she doesn't also gives you an advantage. Like
That's true.
so, like she basically only wins if you press boomerang while she presses auto reticle. Like she can't react to your boomerang and auto reticle you and get an advantage if you're throwing it at like a neat angle. Like if you pull a bomb and she auto reticles, seeing you're pulling a bomb, you can shield. Like she has to read you basically. So you need to punish her just throwing it out.
Yeah, it's risky for her. And I feel like one thing I don't see enough links punish more is like people doing like the cheeky double jump explosive flame onto the stage. Like Link is the best character maybe in the game to punish that. Jump fair, kill her at 70. It's very predictable, and it's only good if you like panic and shield or run into it. It's really bad, especially offline. You could just react. Pull up fair.
Well, shield you cannot be it, right?
Oh, it's -2 on shield, explosive flame.
Well, then how are you throwing it? She's like in it.
No, like she jumps onto stage with it. I'm at roll distance. I dash forward, full of fair. So I hit her.
Well, but the explosive flame is like covering her body.
Oh no! It goes like on the ground, and then she jumps like way higher. Explosive flame is like the fire one, right?
Yeah, I know. But she can do that kind of in her in the stage. She like jumps into it
and lands onto the stage. You mean?
Yeah.
I think
I don't think you can. I think you can always fair it.
Well,
Like if you read it, I'm very sure you can.
I think I've seen her do it in ways where she hugs explosive flame a lot.
But how like she would have to like jump and then land into the explosive flame. That's what you mean, right?
Well, that's what she did.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like hitting her as she jumps before she lands like into the explosive flame. It's a very common
before the move comes
reversal
out.
tool.
What frame does it come out on? You can't fair that on reaction.
Let's see, frame 28.
Fair. Yeah, you can't fair that on reaction. Fair takes 20 frames to come out.
Like you jump away from the explosive flame and then you fair her. So you will be able to jump before 28 frames.
You mean like jump over?
Yeah. Catch her midair when she jumps.
Well,
Jumps explosive flames.
I don't think you can get a fair on her. Oh.
I wish I could draw and show you or show a clip or something, but I don't have it readily on me.
Oh yeah, whatever.
But,
if you play Palu a lot and you play that, you test.
Yeah, it's a very common situation for many Palus, and yeah, maybe I'll make a video on it. But you just have to trust me on this one. This is one of a very important way to keep her honest, so she can just not do this every time.
Well, I always ran up to her after and like put her in pressure.
Yeah, like you're still in a good spot if you avoid it. But on shield or if you whiff, obviously it's a bit stronger. It's very safe. But yeah.
Okay, are we gonna talk about Min?
Did we say anything about stages? I don't
Yeah,
really
maybe
think
stages.
matter that much.
Just a
Palu,
quick
honestly.
summary. Stages.
I don't like
like
platforms. I don't like
Battlefield.
Kalos.
You don't like platforms?
Not Kalos. That's
I
interesting.
like Kalos.
She just gets more extensions off it.
Yeah, the platform. Yeah, she can up her onto
She's not-
the platform side.
Yeah, she doesn't. The platform is good for Link in a lot of matchups. I don't think this is one of them.
I don't know. I don't think it matters that much, though. Really.
Yeah, Yoshi's is a disaster, in my opinion. The ceiling is low. She gets so much reward if you're a high. Like I don't like it at all.
Oh, yeah.
But usually, I can see Yoshi's as a counter pick, but this is one of the horrible stages, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right, Min.
Min.
Okay,
On
so
request.
people who have trouble with Min don't. Well, the first way to beat Min is you have to understand how the arms work, because no one understands how the arms work. So the arms are basically the same move in the air or the ground, the tilt arms and the smash arms. While she does the tilt arm, she retains access to walk, jump, fast fall, and fall through platforms. So if she does a tilt arm on your shield, she can jump away. You do not get a punish. It's not like even for the second tilt arm. And so in all the arms, kind of like a jab, can be canceled into the second arm, right? And that one can be a tilt or a smash or whatever as well. Once she commits to a smash arm, she's locked like any other move, basically.
She can't move. She
In
can't
place,
jump. They're
right?
all laggy. Like you
Okay.
can punish it out of shield.
Mm.
Nair beats
But
Nair beats almost all the arms except for like a charged smash wrecking ball
Mega
arm.
Watts.
The
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus. And so Nair's pretty good against her. It's hard. It can smother her. The way you actually play around it as Min Min is you like whiff punished him with dash attack and down tilt, and like threaten him with grab.
So
Another
not
thing
to
people
say
don't know.
just spam Nair at mid range. That will get you hit.
Well, it beats some of the things she does. It's like actually very good against her. Also, short hop can jump. Her hitboxes on the arms are narrow, so you can jump them a lot. Like short hop, you can jump over them. And she kind of has to read your horizontal spacing. At sort of max to mid range, the wheel one, the Hot Wheels, can knock you away some. So it gives a little more flexibility in its like range, its covers. But as it's going out, it doesn't really. So be aware of that. It's definitely a matchup where airspeed is better. It's also definitely a matchup where you can get called out really hard for boomerang. The wrecking ball can go through it. The smash attacks can go through it. The dragon can breathe fire in it. Another thing people don't know is people are like, oh, the dragon fire breath killed me really early, and it even got nerfed. But after she grabs, the dragon gets stronger. So you want to play around the dragon more after you get grabbed. Her grab's really slow. Obviously, it's preferable not to get grabbed in the first place, but it happens. Right, Jay? No comment from the Twitter
I was away
poster?
for a second, but yeah, fuck Min Min grab. Like I tried to tomahawk grab your grab startup, and then you just Hurtbox shift.
You missed. What can I tell you?
Yeah, and why did I miss? Because you Hurtbox shifted.
I don't know.
A
Kind of
full
looked like you
character
got
leg
3-stock
backwards.
to me.
Yeah, maybe. But I beat your Toon Link, I beat your Doc, I beat your K-Rool. So I'll take it.
Did you? I'm not sure that that's true.
My Chrome was kind of moving. But not versus your Min Min.
Okay.
No, you don't move versus Min Min.
The
That's
Norway
just not an
connection,
option.
you beat a Dr. Mario.
I would say that's in your favor. Like the bad connection.
Dr. Mario? No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I think Link's pretty bad on
I could say-
Wi-Fi.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
Chrome's
need
not
your, I don't
get
need
much
to hear your
worse.
excuses.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, you want to identify basically how good your Min Min is, the Min Min you're playing is, which is how much they're smash attacking. If they're smash attacking, it's really committal. You can get a free jump in basically if they're smash attacking. You don't always get a punish. It's usually too far range for you to punish, but it'll close you, and she'll have to do something. She'll have to like attack you right away with like dash attack or something, or run away, or commit to something. She'll have to commit to something. She can't just keep spacing you. You also want to, if she, a common habit I see online is, oh, I'm just going to double jump over. And then if she commits to the tilts, she's not going to read like the double jump over. She's not going to space it right. I can come down on top of her. And that actually can work, but she can punish your landing super hard, and double jumping is really committal. So be cognizant of how much they're spacing you without doing arms. Because the arms, even though you can move, still lock you out of shield and still lock you out of run. So they're still very slow in that. So if I hit a shield as Min Min against Link's tried to like GSA or grab me, and that's not going to work ever. But what will work is you chasing me with an aerial. Like jump out of shield and there, or fair, or whatever.
Nair out of shield?
Yeah.
We're allowed to do that?
Drifting forwards. Yeah. It's kind of similar like versus Mega Man. You can't
chase,
be
yeah.
any-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You chase them. There are
Chase
lots
them.
of characters you like kind of chase them. So that you want to do that. Off stage, you definitely want to like have your timing where you grab ledge be unpredictable, and you want to hug the stage as much as possible, coming at a diagonal angle where you get killed every time.
Or bomb.
She actually has kind of a hard time against bomb. It's hard for her to move. She's got really bad movement. And it's hard for And her up range is not as good as her diagonal range, but it sucks landing against her, so it's not like awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely. So she's terrible at landing. Probably the worst character in the game at landing. You wanna attack up from you wanna nair and fair from under her into her. You don't want to let her land doing the arm away from you. You don't want to let her do a tilt landing. You don't want to let her nair on you. You want to attack her during startup. You want to do good your powerful aerials.
I guess
And
down
then-
air is like
and you
her
wanna-
last resort mix up.
Yeah,
As an
and
attack.
it's very committal. So just it's kind of like Bowser. Boomerang's really good against her if she's not on the same horizontal plane as it. She has a really hard time against it.
I see a couple people mentioning bomb too for the
Bomb can be
Similar
bomb
purposes
kind of serves a
as
similar
against
role as Boomerang on stage. Off stage, she's like a tether character without awesome range and bad airspeed. So you can usually get her for a bomb, get her to jump and then attack her, catch her.
Yeah.
Catch her tether.
One catch and she's gone.
you can ledge slip.
Yeah, you touch her once she's dead. Usually.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, the up B gives you a boost, with all the tethers, and using a smash attack for the first time in the air stalls her briefly.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, Highwayman sub. Thank you very much. Appreciate
I didn't
it.
know about that.
And she's gonna try and hit you with a dragon as you attack her. So be cognizant of that. Sometimes you can dip under and jump and attack it. Sometimes you can shield it and still get on her. The bomb in neutral is risky because it
Pulling
locks you
is
out. You have to pull it, and she can kind of hit you usually when you're doing that. But it's pretty similar to Boomerang in that when you get a free moment, she's used her arms have missed or hit your shield or something. You've got a couple frames to do something. You can toss a bomb over at her or a
you can set
boomerang
up.
over at her, and then she has to interact with it. If it's coming at an angle, it's hard for her to bat it away or jump over because she doesn't get that much airspeed.
Yeah. I feel like one thing you have to take into account is not having bomb for bomb recovery might be a big deal. When I saw T, I don't know what min he played, but he played decent. He did some bad boomerangs, but when he was off stage, he couldn't recover. He just died. He couldn't instant bomb recover. He didn't have the bomb available a couple of times, and that just got him killed when he didn't
Bomb
need to.
definitely helps.
Sure.
You definitely, if she hits you with the wheel on as you're recovering, you have to instant bomb recover. You can't try to up B back.
Yeah.
Don't
he tries to buffer air dodge, dragon air dodge to ledge and then up B, but it's so predictable. Even if you get it, the up B timing is set in stone.
well,
you
it's
have to up B.
usually too low for that too. It can kill you at 20% just because you have to up B that angle every time, and they can just rinse repeat you.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have to do it right into the wheel. So you have to instant bomb recover. DI the wheel hit up, and then instant bomb recover.
Yeah, I feel like it's
And then,
one of the most important matchups to bomb recover, or know how to instant bomb recover.
It can be tricky. She has to time it super well if you're tricky and hugging the stage. It actually isn't very active under the stage. It's super active in front of it, but not directly under it. So they have to time it really well to get that every time. It's harder.
But do you
than,
know how
a
they
Wolfgang
changed it?
smash.
Yeah. Do you know about the nerfs? They said something about you can't charge the F smash for as long. Is it 1 second now? Do you know
It's
about
like
that?
Ness.
Okay.
I don't think it makes that big of a difference. But if you can stall them out, now you can do it. And before you couldn't. If they're if you see them just sitting there charging. Okay, are there questions about Min?
Yeah, people
Is
talk
that-
about up smash.
Yeah,
one of
about
the
up
times.
smash?
it's just worth noting not to be dumb on her.
It's like a committal high, doesn't go behind, doesn't go that far in front. Out of shield option that you can shield after nairing her.
But it does reflect.
It does reflect. It's
I think it's a better as an anti-air. I don't think they would usually.
yeah, it
use
isn't
that shield as
awesome.
much.
It's a good move. I didn't talk about I don't know. Didn't talk about Falco's up smash out of shield. It's pretty similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Also
Be
worth
honest.
noting the slide kick down tilt for ledge trapping. Just something you got to be aware of.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes, it doesn't kill you.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
mean
sure.
for them getting out of the corner when we ledge trap them.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You can shield and not be it.
Just mentioning the tool.
It's like pretty similar to her dash attack and how it like breaks you out.
I don't know stages too well versus her because, you know, I've been playing mostly
soon to
online
say.
versus her.
I haven't played in a bracket min.
I just don't like FD, really. I like platforms as an option to get around.
I think platforms are good against the Wi-Fi min-mins because platforms give them trouble in lag, I think. I do not think that that's necessarily going to be true.
Yeah.
In offline. I think we have to wait and see.
What are y'all's first
I feel like
guesses on
one thing I would think about is like I would imagine like big blast zones would be beneficial. Like your edge guard game might be what you need in survivability. So
that might be true. I think that might be true. I think it's again too early to say.
Just have to see.
Like,
that's just my imagination.
That said, like I think Smashville might be your worst stage against Link.
That could be, yeah.
Just because you stay close.
Like it's just like there's not much room for her to whiff punish around Nair. Like short hop Nair gives her problems.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's hard to space for it, and it's hard to beat it out. Pay attention when they do the Wrecking Ball, because Smash Attack Wrecking Ball will beat it, but that's so committal. Like that's not a good move. Generally, you want to like see when they miss both their arms or whatever, and then you get time to like move freely and do what you want. Like that's your moment. People think they get their shield hit by one arm. You're like good to go. That is not the case. Even a little. Like you're in disadvantage now. If you get hit by one tilt arm, you're in problem. You're like, that's not good.
It's her turn.
Yeah, and so her mix-up is like sometimes I'm going to do the second, and sometimes I'm just going to stick with the first. But she kind of has to be reading you. She can't like. She can't react to a lot of stuff. She has to like already have an arm there.
Yeah.
They're not super fast. You can like shield them on reaction if they're any distance away. But
just that, yeah. I just wanted to say like, I think a big misconception is like people see the up smash in the anti-air and kind of think they can kind of land with a space boomerang. I think that option is like one of the worst you can do. Like it just loses to every arm.
Boomerang?
Oh yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
So hard when he tries to like.
Well, I think it depends on the situation. Like hopping an arm and throwing a boomerang can be some of the best shit you can do against her.
Oh yeah, like as a response to something, yeah. But I'm thinking like Min is waiting on the ground, you're in the air.
It's not good against. It's not good in a position where she can arm.
Yeah.
Like you should not. I think I mentioned this earlier, but you should not throw it in like her arm trajectory because she can do an arm and another arm and move while she does it.
Yeah. That's what I mean, Linku. I don't think that's even that good. I don't think it matters. Like arm goes far enough to punish.
Having a hovering boomerang is really good against her. Like if a boomerang's hovering above her, she's just locked. Like she can't.
She's not mobile.
She can't jump then, basically. So that means your entire like airspace is now totally clear.
Yeah, I can see that.
And her only out of shield is jumping and up smashing, basically. Like, like if you're behind her or you're in front of her out of up smash range, she has no out of shield.
Okay, that's what you mean, Linku. Yeah, that's kind of like similar to what I talked about the Falco thing. Like if you have like telegraphed up smashes, you can kind of bait them with an aggressive full up and then pull back.
Oh, Link is Blake.
Oh, yeah. You have different names on like 3 different social media, so that's throwing me off. So that's your fault.
I think Joe agree on even.
No, I do not agree on even. I have no idea what it is.
That's fair.
We could put it in even. I like that as a default.
Or we can just like
then take it from there. But
we can just like
I don't know.
Question
would
mark.
Be more honest, yeah. Because I
someone else. I've done the last couple. Someone else cover Ganon.
Ganon. All right. I could try to talk about Ganon while you're fixing the tiers.
Where
Like
is-
I think Link like fucks up Ganon. I don't think it's even close.
yeah.
I think it's easy winning. But he has some tools that are kind of scary. Like he has a good burst option with dash attack. You can call out bad boomerangs with jumping fair. So it's not like free, and his nair covers a lot of space. But if you let him swing first, respect his burst range. If you edge guard him consistently, I think it's honestly like super winning.
No, I
He has
think
he has a nightmare landing.
Yeah, exactly right.
like
Like-
it's. I think of like the really winning like of these extra winning characters. He's definitely the one that like if you commit to bad boomerangs and things like he'll hit you and it will really hurt. And he has.
I think
burst
DK and Doc
options.
totally mess you up for that too, though.
Yeah, they have great advantage.
I think Ganon has an easier time of accomplishing that because they can just like press down B or something. Like he's just got the better burst. He's got better burst than these two.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well,
that's where the burst range thing comes into play. Like you want to be able to react to
you
that stuff.
definitely
Like,
want to like be able to jump him, like doing a B move or dashing at you. You want to like have access to jump and shield.
But really, all three of these, like, you really shouldn't lose neutral. And even if you do, you just kind of get them off stage. You'll probably take a stop.
You can definitely lose neutral against Doc.
I don't think you should.
I've lost neutral against Doc before. Like it's not like
Have
it's
you?
never happened.
Well, yeah. Yes. Eventually, you will lose neutral.
I think
You're
Doc.
not going to
I think Doc
forward.
definitely has the best neutral of these three characters.
I can see that. Smaller
He's-
projectiles.
I can't do it.
He's got a good pill. He's got mix-ups on your shield. He's like the thing is he doesn't have to approach you. Another two do. Like Doc will stay on the other side of the stage and try to bait you into stuff, and can punish you out of shield, which the other two can't. Like
Ganon
you
out of
can't-
shield is actually really bad.
Yeah, Ganon's
Especially
horrible out
versus
of shield.
Link.
And DK's not awesome either. Like, whereas Doc is actually very good out of shield. He can up smash you if he like isn't sure it's gonna hit. He can up with you if he's sure it is. He can grab you. His grab is really good. Like, Doc is a good neutral, and Ganon and DK do not really. He's also small.
Yeah,
Which the other
that's
two aren't.
actually a big privilege that many people don't talk about.
They have-
like,
like,
you can
they-
short up fair and cover like Ganon's short hop and,
And
standing
Doc
and,
can
crouching.
conceivably be safe on summon shield, which DK and Ganon cannot be.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't
Like
know.
Doc can do moves that, like, if done low, are safe, and Ganon and
Mm-hmm.
DK can't.
Like jab can be kind of annoying if you're not ready. But
Ganon? Ganon jab?
Ganon jab isn't like -7 and it pushes you back. I'm not sure.
Let's not be crazy. Oh, like,
It's like a respectable
it-
grounded
it's-
tool.
oh, it's
Used to be
yeah,
better though.
Yeah, it's fine. I
And
guess.
F tilt is kind of annoying if you try to. If you think it's your turn, you can't grab him while he's doing the startup. He pushes you away with his first box. It's kind of whack, but if you know about it, it shouldn't really matter. Yeah, jab is -8, so it's like you can still up B it though.
Do we have any
But
stage
his
opinions?
other moves are pretty bad on shield. All right.
Do we have any stage opinions for Ganon? FD and Smashville, I think, are two of his better ones, but like I don't think it matters that much.
Like if it rewards edge guarding,
Ganon?
and
Oh
you can
my
kind of control
God.
spacing better. I think that's the stages I would go.
I don't know. I think you murder him everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
I think FD is great, for example.
I might actually not like PS2. I might actually be his best stage.
Yeah, low ceiling.
You don't send him off stage either.
Ganon's like Smashville. I do not think that's a good stage for them. And
Yeah, I think he's scary there. I can see that.
I'm fine with it. Like, I don't think Link. Like, if you're close to me, like, I think I get, like, Link can even get like more off hits a lot of the time. Like, he kills earlier. He gets like more hits in a row. Like,
Yeah, it's easier to land the big moves even. So, like, you can get up smashed if you're doing like predictable full hops, obviously.
and Link
I
kind
also
of
like
has a
Charlie
thing.
get blown up by it too.
And Link kind of is a thing that like characters like Fox or whatever don't have. Like the other characters with low landing arrows, is he has like powerful moves if they miss something. Like Link gets to Link never has trouble like killing these characters. Like if he's not gimping them, he can kill them from damage. Like it's not like they're
Yeah.
ever gonna live till 200 and then like rage you.
Yeah.
somehow.
That's true.
Like
Yeah, like,
you
Box
can
can't really
upbeat,
edge guard.
you can
Yeah.
upbeat everything. Like from Ganon and DK.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like we could just move on from this.
Yeah, I
Also,
don't think Ganon's too complicated.
if Ganon has a bomb in hand, he will side B. I want you all to know that.
Okay.
They always
yeah, and then he
side
will
B.
jab lock
There's
you
no
with the
stopping
bomb.
them.
Man. Okay.
It is.
Just tech roll away and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Mewtwo next.
Mewtwo. I played a Mewtwo a bit. We got like a pretty solid Mewtwo in Norway, but that's pretty much the only Mewtwo I have played. So
I don't know.
that's
Yeah,
really
I don't
great
play
results.
Mewtwo too much, but all I see is on all of their like charts, it's like us and Falco are his worst matches.
Yeah,
so
they hate Link. I don't really know why.
Are they
I
just
kinda
like
get
scared
why.
of loops?
Mewtwo does?
They like
All
Yeah,
every
Mewtwo.
matchup chart I see for Mewtwo, it's like Falco and Link are his two worst matchups.
yeah, like
I really
-3. I was just wow. What happened to you?
Yeah, I do not think Mewtwo's like that good. Yeah,
Like-
that's weird.
Like
Yeah, I think it's like
maybe
winning.
they've gotten
That's it.
clipped by Nair a million times.
I think we win, but like, I don't know.
But it's not. It's
I
not
haven't
like
I haven't
that
played
bad.
enough Mewtwo, so I can't really speak.
I could talk about it a little bit. I think
about it.
Talk about it.
like he's like a huge target. Like he explodes the fair, and I think we have a great time in neutral. Like Bob has its time and place there, like versus charge shots. It's kind of annoying for him to use charge shots or shadow ball over the bomb. Kind of neutralizes his neutral, and he's so floaty as well, so you can catch him in the air. He's very bad at getting out of combos because his double jump is super slow. Like it's like frame 11. Like he's like has that nest factor where he's floaty and his double jump doesn't get him out of anywhere. So he has to air dodge, and his aerials are kind of slow as well. So Link has so many strings that are like kind of true, and you can kind of force him to air dodge, trap him, and keep up the advantage. And it's really hard for him. But one good thing is like his recovery is like decent. He goes really far, teleport, unreactable, unlike Palu, and he can ledge jump, kinda over bomb ledge trapping. You can just C catch it, so and teleport to center as well. So
I don't know. I think he suffers pretty hard on ledge from my experience, but like that's not much experience.
yeah, you have to nair, you have to commit to the ledge trap a little bit.
Shadow Ball's also weird just because, like, I don't know, like, against Charge Shot, you can sometimes use, like, Hylian Shield to save your shield, but, like, that's not consistent against Shadow Ball.
If it's a big one.
It just, like, I don't know, I've had big ones wiggle and just, like, hit my feet.
Oh, what do you mean? What's
Shadow Ball? For,
It,
like,
kind of goes
just,
up
like,
and down.
how it interacts with Hylian Shield is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, it can hit you on ledge, you mean?
No, just when you're
No.
using your elf shield.
Okay, yeah, it's not. If it's small, it's kind of inconsistent. I don't really.
The big
do too
one,
much.
I think the big one
you
usually
can.
you block it.
True. And but yeah, like I think his shadow ball is usually his best tool to deal with like people who can camp him. But I don't think it's that helpful versus Link because of Bob shield. We could just be patient, use projectiles of our own.
You can get, and it's one of those where, like, neutral's alright, but then he'll just die so much earlier than us that it's like...
Yeah.
He's slow in the air, we can catch him with a forward air.
Exactly right. If he jumps first, he's kind of vulnerable for a long time. And he's stuck there. Like that said, he has good strings, so you have to be... Like, his advantage state is, like, actually pretty decent. So you have to be ready for that as well. Like his nair, his down throw, it's not too bad. Down tilt 2 and up tilt can get some nasty combos started, I've seen. But like you can usually always make it back. Like Bear is really good at edge guarding bomb recovery if you're predictable timing wise, but he only gets one shot. So that's the thing.
I can agree.
You can mix it up and get around it.
Y'all ready to move on? I don't know anything about stages versus him.
Like his up throw is really, really powerful, and his ledge trapping is decent. So I feel like that's the areas where you will die, but you also kill him off the top because he is so light as well. So I don't really know he can teleport a little bit more on platforms like Battlefield. It's kind of like Palu, but you can always work around it. You can't really platform cancel that easily. So I don't have a clear preference on stages. I like big ones, so I live longer.
So
Take my time.
I think if we want to finish Melee today, I'd say where we have Roy, Crom, and Game & Watch. And that is Melee.
Let's do those ones.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Roy.
I play Crom, but I know Roy is like quite different actually.
I think Crom is harder to fight than Roy personally. But
on stage, yeah,
Gimp.
100%.
But yeah, you get
Roy can kill you sooner. I've gotten killed sooner by Roy's than Crom.
Well, I think the big thing that
they do some dancing blade shit.
I think Crom discourages Nair better because of F tilt. Because he gets so much more off of outspacing with F tilt.
Yeah, his F tilt is really good in the matchup. Like he can just swat you away, kind of like Lucina, just a better F tilt.
I think Roy's is actually also pretty. Like I think you're underestimating how often Roy gets that sweet spot.
Yeah, it's not hard to hit. It's just that Crom can swat away full hops. Like he will hit your legs. Yeah. So he doesn't even have to time it well.
So I found
it's physically bigger.
How I play the matchup is they are super committal. Like if they're jumping in, they have to jump in. Like they can't drift back. Like they can't play spacies with you. Like or they not the space animals, but they can't like space with you. Like so you need to play around their like jump in basically.
Yeah.
And like come down on top or beat out horizontally or punish out a shield or catch with a boomerang, like is how you beat them basically. And then once they're at high percent, they like are in danger from several different things, like getting hit off stage, like dying to stuff, like getting hit out of shield. You definitely don't want to whiff a B that much against them.
Yeah, you'll die at 60. It's really strong.
But a lot of their stuff is pretty committal too. Like they're pretty dangerous if you're punishing them like for rising aerials. Like they're in danger. Like if you don't want to let them like choose how they're like engaging with you. Like let them control the spacing. You want to like punish their jump ins. Like because they have to jump in against you. They can't like. Like if you're jumping into them, you're screwed. You have to get them to jump into you, and they like are kind of obligated to do that in the matchup, I think.
Yeah, I feel like they can, at least Crom can like really control like his range really well. Like he doesn't need to go all in. He can like space fair into down tilt, and there's nothing you can do about it. But one thing that he really looks after.
Well, I think there's definitely stuff you can do about it.
Yeah, like there is stuff, but he has a lot of mix in his favor. I feel like. Yeah. I just wanted to say, like, the main thing about rising aerials, like, rising nair is like a major win condition for him, especially on like horizontal stages. So that you can up out a shield. I think that's very crucial.
And if he misses, you can like come down on top of him or like grab him on whiff. Like definitely like depends where you are. Yeah, you can punish it if it misses.
Oh yeah, like you can outrange it with jab actually, which is kind of interesting. You can actually outrange some of his buttons with jab. It's one of matchups where it's kind of decent actually.
I think Boomerang's pretty good against him. If he's like trying to stick on the ground and trying and like swinging buttons. Yeah, and playing the like footsie, like getting him to play like the footsie thing with you is generally pretty good, because then bomb can come into play. Then you can. Like his grounded buttons are unsafe on shield, or except for maybe jab.
Down tilt is -5 or 4.
Down tilt -5 really?
Down tilt's always going to be safe. Jab is
you can't grab it too,
but unreactable. F tilt's always going to be unsafe and reactable, I think.
To be fair, they usually press another button after.
That is true.
Oh yeah, you can.
But if he's spacing with F tilt and up tilt, like trying to catch you, those are unsafe. He's also very good at juggling, kind of like Lucina. It's pretty similar, actually, I think. I think that's actually an advantage Crom has over Roy.
Yeah, his
he's a
juggle
better
is
juggler.
insane.
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty hard matchup, all things considered. I think it might be losing by a little bit, but I think it's definitely doable. It's about getting them to commit in view and punishing that. It's like pretty conventional play. Coming down on top of them once they like come into you. We talked about that a little with Fox, how you like can beat it by like if they come in low, you can full hop over them and attack them. But you generally don't want to do it first because they can try to swat you.
Yeah, I feel like
gimping them's obviously really important.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, they are really good versus Link, but you have like a built-in win condition, and it's not unlikely to get at all.
Bomb's super important edge guarding both of them, in my opinion.
Especially Chrom, I would say. Like, you get a big mistake is to underestimate the armor and how high his up he goes. Sometimes people detonate when he ascends. You should always detonate when he's spinning or descending.
Yeah,
it's way more consistent.
Not that hard to spike him, to be honest.
Yeah, like if you're in position to spike, by all means, you should just do it. I actually highly recommend naring. If you can trail his movements, that it's kind of like Lucina, but just even worse because he has no acceleration. He just dies.
Above him.
You can do it again.
Like between
really
his initial hit and the spin, you mean?
Yeah, like one character height above him. So if you feel like you can't get it, you air dodge back. But if you kind of trail his movements, wait for the up B, put out the nair, and then you're good to go.
You want to cover air dodge to ledge. That's important.
Yeah, I think it depends how you're going to do that. I think sometimes you will have to let him do it because he snaps from really far. It's hard to get it consistently, and if you have tilt, he can like rising nair from ledge sometimes.
Well, you can't let him do it for free because then he'll just do it.
Yeah, like you sometimes have to, in situations where he can mix up both up B and air dodge to ledge, you should be careful, IMO. You can't cover both all the time.
Unless I have a really good beat on it, I'll usually just rely on setting a bomb at ledge until I can burn his options and then go out and edge guard him on the reset.
Yeah, I really like bomb on the ledge too. Like, he can't get around it with up B if you time it well. And if you time the detonation on this air dodge, I could be wrong. Maybe you can react to it, or at least try. Then you're in a very good spot.
I think Smashville's our best stage to the matchup by kind of a lot.
You think
actually.
So? That's surprising. How about the juggling?
So, I don't think it's any worse than it is on any other stage, really. Like,
could be true.
I don't think it's any worse, really. It gives us a lot of room in the like full hop zone. He like can't full hop to like attack you in neutral anymore because of the platform.
I actually disagree with. I think he will still do it while he's descending with a fair, like do it low.
But
like,
that
he usually doesn't press it so high.
Well, but the point is that locks. If he full hops, you know he can't attack you there, right? Like.
Yeah, if he does like a jump call out, like he's locked on the platform.
Like he can't. If he like does it high, then he's stuck. And he has to fall under, which is both harder to execute and way slower than like a full hop. Like, I think a lot of the time what happens is like Roy or Chrom like full hop, like swing a bear and then fast fall right away and like catch your air dodge or whatever. And that's awkward against you, and you can like fight them back if you're because you don't have to land there. You can shark them pretty okay. It also is the shortest stage, and hitting him off stage is how you win.
True.
So it's just like the shortest range to get him off stage of all the stages. It's funny because Chroms always take me there, and then I take them there if I lose. So
I don't have as concrete an argument, but I've had decent success, decent anecdotal success against Chrom and Roy on Smashville. Because it was weird too, because I think like Smashville is by far Roy's worst stage or best stage in Smash 4. So I think that's a lot of where that conception comes from.
I think it was also Link's best stage on Smash 4.
But it was like barely Link's best stage.
Dude, I killed so many people on that stupid platform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where Town comes in. I think that fills the niche for like the side platform cheese.
Oh yeah,
Like that's like if I can pick Town as Crom, like it's a go time. Like any strain there, up there. Sometimes even down throw into Nair can be true at low percent. You can just sear to death people, and it's very easy.
Would you ban Town versus Crom?
Yeah, 100%. I like the stage, but he likes it way more.
I'm not in love with triplats against him.
Yeah, I'm not either.
That's also a thing. I would ban
Story,
Battlefield, and Town. Maybe even Lilat versus Crom if he likes it. It's actually not a bad stage.
It seems like a pretty good Crom stage.
Yeah, he can shark real easy.
He kills early, good sharking. He's harder to edge guard because he gets snap in a more awkward.
Well, bomb's
angle.
harder to place on the ledge there too.
Yeah, exactly right. And he doesn't struggle edge trapping there at all. He doesn't care. He just has like 10 buttons that hit ledge shang. So, yeah. That's also the thing. He kills you on the ledge.
I think F smash is actually really good in this matchup. It's good for outspacing grounded moves. It's good for whiff punishing. It's hard for him to punish. Like, I think it's a good move. I think it's an important move.
Jay went to Yoshi's versus Bowser Jr. instead of Town. I think that's correct decision to make. I think Junior is crazy on Town. That's
Junior. One thing,
opinion.
Junior can like.
I think Junior is really good on
abuse
tripods too.
Yeah, he's good on many stages. Even Cal.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, let's not get.
Many stages benefit him, but he is still bad.
I think. Well, let's put it this way: Bowser Jr. is like the only character I have losing record against in bracket, for maybe Snake.
Really?
He's a weird character.
Maybe not losing, but I definitely have lost to Bowser Jr. before.
I don't think I've lost to Bowser Jr.
I've been close. Like my round 1 pools was like Bowser Jr. once, and I like barely woken up, didn't eat breakfast, and then suddenly I.
Well, he's really different than Smash 4.
Crazy character.
He does not play the same, which I think is what gave me problems. Is I thought he played the same.
Actually,
he's like
he's awkward.
His cart does different stuff. His cannonball does different stuff.
We can go into him more, like, when we get to Smash 4, but it will be interesting because that matchup did change a little bit because he can beat Boomerang with side B more easily.
Let's do Game & Watch.
Game & Watch.
Okay.
Yeah, did we place Crom?
I think there's an argument for them being losing.
I'm leaning losing.
I personally put Crom and losing and Roy and even, but I won't argue with both in losing.
I don't know if that's true. Roy can kill you early. He's harder to gam.
Yeah, it's a trade-off. I feel like both have strengths that kind of complement each other.
Crom, neutral disadvantage is harder, but his disadvantage is worse, and he
I won't argue with Roy in losing.
Yeah, and offline, Crom latch trapping, he can. I've labbed it myself. He can release shield and reaction to any movement. Jab neutral get up. If you roll, he can F smash you. If he jumps, he can chase you. He can cover almost everything.
Wave bounce Nair.
It's very easy. Huh?
Wave bounce Nair or wave bounce Boomerang.
Jab again.
That doesn't beat that?
He can shield.
Nah. It'll be too
I don't think you can wave bounce. He will jab on the very ledge. It will hit your ledge hang if it hangs too long. It will catch a neutral get up.
Nah, wave bounce Boomerang pops you out before popping back in.
Yeah, I think the risk reward is heavily in his favor. You could just put out the Nair.
The risk reward for every character on ledge is heavily in their favor. You can also.
I would say Crom is one of the most. Yeah.
You can also jump back, jump on, low Nair him.
Wave bounce Nair. Yeah, there's definitely counterplay, but it's one of the hardest characters to get up from ledge from as Link. In my opinion.
Yeah, he's just. Well, I think he's just a good ledge trapper in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just got big hitboxes that are pretty easily,
jab F smash kills you at 40. He has many things.
Let's not get crazy. It does not kill Link at 40 on Battlefield.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can share you some clips.
Of you DIing badly against a Crom?
No, it's non-tumble, the jab. It's inside hits. Initial get up. You're dead.
Oh,
maybe
jab F smash? Yeah, I've seen jab F smash.
Yeah, Jeff smash, as some people call it. Yeah, very cool term.
You should see, what was it, Grayson versus Matty G? because Grayson was on his big run at Frostbite, and it was the saddest set because it went like Game 5 last hit, but like 90% of the reason that Matty G won was because he just jab F smash Grayson constantly.
Yeah,
he
parried
should-
in there, jab
He
F
should
smash.
get good and not get jabbed so much.
Yeah, it's very good parry button. Like it's one of the best because you can get the inside hits because people you don't get like the collision. But let's not get too specific here. Like I think we have placed them well.
Game and Watch.
Talk about Game and Watch.
Is it one of our worst
I can talk about Game and
matchups?
Watch. I think Lynx misplayed this matchup. They try to aerial his shield, and that's really clearly not what you're supposed to do. In fact, you're not even supposed to like get above his shield, really. Super and like that'd be a really centralizing move, obviously. So once you learn that you don't touch his shield, the matchup actually isn't that bad. His specials aren't very good against you. People are really fixated on Bucket, and I think Bucket's horrible against Link. You can set up your projectiles in such a way that they attack at the same time as you, and either he shields with like a bomb on his shield, and you like grab him or bait a roll or whatever, or he tries to bucket the bomb and you grab him or up B him, or the returning boomerang either. Like it's really horrible against a Link. Like it gives him so much time to just like set things up in his favor. Like you don't need the bomb to blow up. You just need to be near him.
And if he reflects it back at you, oh no, you took 2.4%.
Well, yeah, you don't want to toss it at him. You want to like have it at his feet.
Well, I'm saying even if things go wrong.
Sure. Throwing a boomerang behind him is really good. I've gotten a ton of like the Game and Watch. I throw a boomerang, the Game and Watch buckets, and now it's behind him, and he's like, and so now I'm running at him, and he's like, oh no, what? Like I've made a mistake. If I drop shield, the boomerang's gonna. If I drop the bucket, the boomerang's gonna hit me. If I keep the bucket up, I'm gonna get like fared, which is gonna happen if the boomerang hits you anyway. Like it's really horrible for him. So basically, he has to play you, like he has to play neutral with you with like dash attack and Nair Bear, which are not that good of moves, and are not awesome against Link Shield. Nair can be, but it's like got to be really in you and get the good hit, and are not super good against Link's aerials either. Like Link can outspace them and can jump over them. Like Link's grounded options are really important in this matchup. Jab's super important. Forward smash is super important. Up tilt's pretty important. Don't let him get away with the key silliness. Don't let him get away with bacon silliness. You can just nair through it. But you want to be aware of like when he can shield. You don't want to like take an up B. Taking up B is not the end of the world, but he can a lot of the time get a lot of juggles off of it, especially at lower percent. So you want to be careful. He actually he needs to read you to kill you. Like he needs to land like a raw smash attack, or or like edge guard you. He can't kill you off straight hits. It's like impossible for him.
I do.
Yeah, he can't like
agree with
force on rack.
I lived till like 250 against a Game and Watch him bracket. It was like ridiculous.
Key loses to up air. Key loses. I don't up air key. That sounds like a bad time.
You up it.
Yeah.
Like you can do
or
both. It
outspace it on the
depends.
ground. Key loses to up air is way too hard to time because if it's a good key, he's not gonna double jump, or he's gonna have access to double jump in situations you want to up air him a lot of times.
Yeah, you don't want to commit against that. You want to like play really patient against his landing. He's not awesome at landing. Like get under him. If he's drifting down on you, up tilt him. If he keys you, shield it. Like if he bombs you, like jump up and hit him. Like if he's facing you in particular, like it's fair in Nair season if he's jumping. Like he can't fight those moves. Like the Nair, it doesn't have like a front hitbox for like a long time. Only at the like very end.
Yeah, he's very soft to boomerang, like standing straight boomerang.
Yeah, so in the air, he's actually really bad against boomerang too. Just like floaty. He's also really light. He is pretty susceptible to getting ledge trapped. You just got you got to respect his shield. Play really grounded. Like don't be the first jumper. You outspace him. Your normals like outspace his. Your shield, your shield's like almost as good against him as his shield is against you. Like. I think it's a very doable matchup. It's somewhere in the even winning zone.
I don't know about
it's
winning.
just a
Even.
I don't know.
The
The Game & Watch I play, who has pretty good results, thinks it's like horribly Link favored.
Oh wow.
I honestly, I don't know if I see Game & Watch even much. I usually see it either even or winning on both ends.
That's actually true. It's very polarizing.
What do you mean?
But
like
people don't seem to be like finding a middle ground for where to put him.
Well, I think so much of it's knowing the matchup. So
yeah,
if you're a
sure.
player like T has a really horrible loss to Meister.
Oh yeah, that
Like,
was funny.
That was horrible.
That was rough.
Like that.
His game plan didn't work at all.
Oh well, and the worst part is he adapted. He's like, oh, okay, this Nair stuff's not working. I'm gonna fair his shield instead. Like, no, just don't jump at him, dude. Like, oh my god.
Like frame 16, like Game & Watch can do so much.
Well, he'll just walk under you. Like,
yeah, dash shield. He's the best dash shield.
The range of like the up B, like you have to space it so carefully with a fast fall aerial for a fair. Like there's this tiny window where you're like even. Like that's the window where like you're even, and everything else he owns you. Like,
yeah.
It just isn't how you play against him. You can't even really tomahawk him. He's like gonna up you.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why people have such a hard time with the matchup is you don't beat his shield by hitting it. Like, and this can work. This is like true for every character, but like sometimes it's better like to space stuff on a shield. Like it'll get, but you don't beat the shield by hitting it. You beat it by beating the next thing. Like
exactly.
Like it's a pretty important thing. Like he's in disadvantage by being in shield. It's really important to recognize this. Like if you're both standing on the ground, he's in disadvantage by being in shield. To drop shield, he puts himself in lag. Like because you're free to move. You have control over your interaction now and your next interaction. Like if he jumps, you can be in the air waiting for him with an aerial. If he rolls, you can beat it on reaction. Like you have more control than he does. So knowing how to beat shield, and Game Watches are always like super fast to shield. Like they see a whiff of like an attack and they're just gonna bottle up immediately. So that's how you beat it, is by playing that. And I think Links aren't used to playing like that because
Nair.
Yeah, because Nair is often good enough against like it's like even characters who are like pretty good out of shield, Nair's often like pretty neutral with their shield. Like it can go either way. And the Links just don't want to think, so they hit it. But this is definitely a matchup where you can't do that, and you have to beat the next thing. Like you have to beat him by playing like neutral with him.
I'll like mention one thing. Yeah, like if you see like Leo, he played like Link for a short while. Like he completed Breath of the Wild, and it just felt like playing Link for a while. Sure. He entered some tournaments and played versus Meister, and he probably knows.
I'm sure he humiliated him.
Yeah, he did, or maybe he lost, but it was like he played really well. Like if he had just put like one more week into Link, he would just beat him easily. And what he did, he didn't hit shield unnecessarily. That's the biggest thing. Took his time. And you talked about tomahawks. I just want to mention one thing, is that you can tomahawk shield. That's like your best last resort. Let's say you pull up for some reason or have to land, and they dash and shield underneath you. Don't press Nair, don't press back air, it doesn't matter. Like you'll up B it anyway. Empty land shield.
Yeah.
Preferably behind, and wait for the up B, double jump up air, and you'll die at 60.
Yeah, he can definitely be unsafe up airing or up Bing.
Yeah, since if you just hit his shield, you'll just give him more shield stun to buffer his up B, and then it will be guaranteed. You'll have to time it really well versus a good fast faller to time it to consistently at least hit the tomahawk.
Well, it hits
shield.
so high ahead, that if you're coming down straight on him, it's easy.
Yeah. Like if you're landing, like what I'm saying is like you should like press buttons on him.
Well, you shouldn't.
You can press air dodge, I guess. Yeah, it's just like if the situation occurs, then
I would definitely empty hop shielding and air dodging out of the situation is what you should do. Like you shouldn't be like nairing out of tumble
over a Game and Watch.
Yeah,
That's a horrible idea. He can like start
exactly.
up airing you and stuff. It's a real pain.
Yeah. How about stages? How do you guys feel?
Not tribots. He gets
Why not
big
tribots?
combos on Battlefield. I know that story.
Like,
I can see
Eric's,
that.
I can't tell you the
tripods
combos.
also protect you. They also protect you.
Versus Key, I guess.
They
You mean?
they make his neutral more complicated. He's more of a full hopper than you are if you're playing it right.
You think so? I think they're short up there, very short heavy.
I experience a lot more short hop there.
No, but you aren't full hopping at all first.
You don't mind giving up
they're
the
not
pull-ups.
either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think like it totally ruins Key. It makes trapping his landings easier in my experience.
That could actually be. And if you're getting grabbed and such, like you're making,
I don't
or
think
getting
his
there,
combos
you're
are
making a
that much better.
mistake.
I don't know. I think it makes it pretty hard for us to get around. Like, they can pressure up air underneath platforms. That's really safe. They can poke with nair underneath platforms. That's really safe.
Yeah, it eats shields.
I think it makes it hard landing too, personally.
But the thing is,
you don't want to be on plats. You just want to have them briefly to get around stuff.
But he's already good at trapping landings on FD. Like, I don't think it makes it that much better. Like, I think it lets you get to a shieldable position sooner.
That's true. So he can down smash bad air though, just to
it
the
also
ground
lets you air dodge to safe places better.
Yeah.
Like you can air dodge out of more horrible landing situations. Like on FD, if you're like fast falling into a Game and Watch with no jump, if you air dodge, he can down smash you and kill you. On Battlefield, you air dodge to the middle platform, and he might not even be able to attack you.
Yeah, I can actually see it. Like, yeah, when you mention it. But like one thing we didn't talk about. How do you guys feel about ledge trapping this character? Like, what would you do?
Game Watch, I think ledge trapping him is very good. I think it's hard to gimp him.
You want to? I would set back and not.
I'm thinking roll distance.
Yeah.
Bomb if you can.
Yeah, well, like
Projectile
basically play neutral with him, except you can't back up. Like that's how you ledge trap a lot of characters. Like it's really hard for him to push into you. Like if he like dashes forward, like you might forward smash that. Like if he dash attacks you, you might shield and not be him. Like it's really hard for him to like move forwards. Like his buttons aren't awesome for it. It's kind of like Kirby. Like he kind of has to move forwards, and that's how you that's the area in which you win the matchup.
Yeah. Do you up out shield his dash attack? I feel like he sometimes can get like under you.
I've had problems with that. Like, I'll get weak hit.
Cross up is awkward sometimes.
Yeah, you can get weak hit sometimes.
You
have to make a judgment on how and when to do it.
I was told by French tutor I have the best link-up bees. I have no problems dealing with cross-up Game and Watch. Thank you very much.
I think we had talked about it too. Like, you have a good sense of when to do it.
Well, it was just like how I got first in my region. Like the first season, like everyone was like mashing aerials, and I got pretty good at beating them. So it was like
just let them swing.
The first thing I learned, basically, Well, the first thing I learned was like, whoa, this nair move like got even better. And then the second thing I learned is other people's nair moves got better, and I beat them with up B.
Yeah. Also, one thing.
So having a good sense of it's important.
Yeah. One thing many Game Watches do, and as we talked about, like nair can be safe when you land with nair. They will often buffer like F tilt or down tilt afterwards. Like they will press.
They always do that shit.
Yeah. So just wait for your chance, and you will get it. Or just get out of there. You don't need to press buttons.
Would this be one of the matchups where ledge trapping is better than edge guarding? Yeah, I don't think we can unless he's really predictable, we can't.
You can't do anything to up B. You can't do anything to it.
You could F tilt it if you're lucky. Like it has a bad 2-frame, but it's unreactable.
Okay, but that's not ledge. That's not edge guarding.
Yeah, it's something in between. I don't know. What do you want to call it?
You definitely want to ledge trap. And throwing bomb at him off stage is just asking for him to bucket.
It's a waste. Just like put it around the ledge somewhere, and he'll
set up a situation instead.
Like make him do bucket as he gets up, and that's really good.
He can, one thing he does have to get around bomb is he can jump up B.
That's
and that'll
horrible.
just hitbox through the bomb.
Oh,
for
yeah, but that's horrible. You
Yeah,
want
it
him
could
to do
happen.
that.
Or
That is
drift
above
back
you,
up B.
floaty character.
You can
It's
like
just
jump
something to
up,
be
up
aware
air
of.
him. You can fair him. Like like the bomb on ledge is never like a true trap on someone. It's to make them commit to bad things.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and then if they normally get up, you cannot beat them. Like it's not to beat. It's not to beat like. It's not to cover everything. It's to make them commit to a bad thing, and that is the textbook example of a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to point it out as a thing. It's an extra option that he has that you do want to.
Well, they'll
be
jump from
aware
ledge
of.
bucket. They'll do and gain possession of the bomb. He'll try to like he's got lots of stuff he can do, but he has to press a button to do.
But he is a floaty.
Yeah, he's
Whatever he does, he's slow.
he has a hard time in neutral
Mhm.
and disadvantage against Link. It's not super. If he doesn't have access to his shield, he's kind of a sitting duck. A lot of it's about like spacing, like making sure he misses stuff.
Yeah, don't get hit by like the big moves, like last hit of Nair, you'll get things started.
Yeah, if you
even
get
grab.
grabbed or like dash attacked, it's not a huge deal. Like, that's not what's gonna like kill you. Like, as long as you can get back to neutral, you'll be fine.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah,
even at
don't roll
180%.
Yeah, don't like roll or do bad spot dodges. Like he will just down smash you.
Well,
It's
just
not worth it.
definitely be careful about it. Never say never.
Yeah, like it's like rule of thumb.
It's
I feel
just like against the characters you want to play like really good neutral against, you definitely want to be like really careful, like committing to stuff. Because if you're not committing, they're probably not committing either. And it's just like who cracks first, like who does the bad aerial, who does the like bad roll.
Yeah, I feel like speaking about rolls, I feel like there's some very good situations to use it. Like let's say they land with an air, they're so floaty you can react. So let's say you don't want to get pinned down or take a
Well, you
gamble
always
on
want to do.
shield.
People do
You
it
can
like
roll there.
after you hit their shield. You do rolls before someone hits your shield. Like that's what
exactly
that's
right.
what
Like,
rolls be.
yeah,
Like,
so you cross them
use
up
the
one day
invulnerability.
aerial aggressively. Yeah.
Like there are tons of times where I roll and then like get an up B against someone because they like tried to forward tilt me or something. Like
Mm-hmm. And the same goes for his forward air. It's like plus on shield sometimes. So if you respect it too much, you should either hit it or get out of there and roll.
yeah,
Should not.
yeah. If you
Don't
can't
parry.
beat it, you can definitely like. You should definitely just like dip.
Mm. All right.
Do we want
So-
Okay, cool.
You said even.
I think it-
I feel like-
I think it might be winning, but yeah.
I'm leaning even, but
I'm even.
I can see it. I want to see more Links do well in a matchup, and I want to see how they handle
The
it.
thing is, how many links know the matchup? Do you think?
Very few. Like you beat Twerkmaster, I've heard, but it's a pretty rare matchup, right? It's weird. So
Yeah, neither.
It's just that
Game Watch is most common.
yeah, it's just unfortunate that T kind of gets like fucked up by Meister and the other Game Watches I've seen him play. Because it's kind of like making it seem impossible. Like he's
there are a
making
lot
it
of
seem
matchups where
really
I'm like,
bad.
T plays this matchup really well. I think he like is much better than me at this matchup. But there are like 5 or 6 where I'm like, oh my god, what is he thinking? Like this is a mess.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's Game Watch
Mm.
for sure.
I think T just
He's
has,
like very nair based, not projectiles.
I think he has like a
Right.
very particular style that it just like they're just
Well, I
certain
don't think
things that
I'm a
create those
projectile
weaknesses.
link.
What?
Like, I don't think I'm a projectile link. Like, I don't think those are your options.
yeah,
Be
but
like
no
a nair
one,
link or a projectile link.
no one uses nair like T does, or like it's just
Like,
the
I
way
feel-
he does it.
Well, in some ways, he uses it like. So the thing is, like, there are situations where every link nairs, and then there are situations where other links do, like, their pet option or whatever.
Mhm.
And his pet option just happens to also be nair.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
agree.
I agree. Like he mixes up nair to
Like-
find a counter to nair. I feel he
like,
tries to find a way
Mm-hmm.
or boomerang.
yeah, it like. If he is unsure, he'll nair. Whereas if I'm unsure, I'll like do nothing. Generally, I'll try and wait and punish something.
If I'm unsure,
Stay
I'll
grounded.
boomerang.
Yeah.
If
And
Jama's
if they don't
unsure, he'll
approach.
ASA.
Yeah,
Mm.
jump up B.
Yeah.
Dude,
I just remember the
Ness
Bowser
off
clip.
stage. Oh wait, what?
Oh no, that was up air. Like you up air the Bowser and
Oh
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
like
That
down
one
B
was
or down
funny.
there like 10 times in a row. That's
Bowser has like
glorious.
remarkable problems against up air. It's like pretty sad.
It's funny.
Yeah, it just
Although
wins.
that clip, he was playing into it. He's just like, all right, this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
This
no
is my
mix
life
up.
now.
That set in general, it was like almost a breakout tournament for him, and that was the first time he ever played Link, so he didn't even know about spin attack. Like he didn't know what happens to Bowser off stage.
Oh,
Oh, it's hot. Yeah.
it was in for a
I-
surprise.
I've definitely ruined a lot of people's Cinderella runs.
With Link.
Oh, well.
Just just in general.
Or wonky, or with like K. Rool, like with all sorts of stuff.
The funniest
Yeah.
one for me was when I went to Pittsburgh and won their tournament. Like the person I fought in winners finals was a Ridley, who like he had just beat. I think he was number 10, and he just beat the number 1 on their PR for the first time. So he was sitting hot in winners finals.
Oh yeah, that's
And then I
happened to me
just
a million
ledge
times.
trapped him for 3
I've
games.
I actually had a Ridley play me in Grams at one tournament, and he was having like his breakout tournament, and it turned into a huge mess. Like every time he went below the stage to like up B, he got reverse ASA'd. Like it was great. It like the hitbox goes up, it doesn't go to the side. You can just fall with him and up B it. And the first time
That's
he thought it
true.
was like an accident, like he's like,
Like
oh,
you just
that's
tried to recover.
like that, you know, he thought it was like a stage spike, like accidental, like, oh, that was some like bullshit. But then it happened to him like 5 more times in the next 2 games, and it's like, oh boy, like this is actually
Okay.
like my fault that this is happening.
Yeah. I should ASA more, man. I'm just playing it way too safe, especially in brackets. I'm just like, I just want to set up a good situation. I don't want to go off stage and get reversal. So I should learn from you guys. Just go out there.
Oh,
Let's
it
see.
like
Do it.
the thing is you have to learn which characters it like utterly destroys, and Ridley is one of them. Ridley has
Yeah.
a hard time off stage against Link.
Yeah, I'm doing it more, Blake. I'm doing more up-B. I'm dropping down with Nair. Yeah, aerial spin attack. That's
Well, and the
up-B.
two complement.
Yeah.
Like if you can short hop or ledge
Mm.
slip Nair, it'll knock them out, and then they have to go up in front of you.
Yeah, they can't ride the wall. Exactly, right? I feel like those two I actually wanted to talk more about Mario for that very reason, because I felt like low recoveries were kind of annoying. But you can ledge slip Nair, and it's pretty obvious.
He can go in and tech the wall if he like has
Yeah.
that much position on you. If you can get out, like if you can get him on the outside of you, it can be very good.
Mhm. Yeah, that's where I mean it. Like it's
But
so
we,
good.
we talked
you will
about how to
trade.
like position. We talked about how to position Nair against it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Because.
Or continue.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, like
against-
if the edge guarding game like is consistent versus Mario, I feel like that's a big one up you need. I would even say it's even for that reason.
I think a big part of the matchup, the people like a big part of the hitting them in that situation is they'll be in front of you, right? They'll be like
Mhm.
fair distance in front of you. So if they up B, they'll be too high for the stage sometimes. But if they wait, they'll get fared. So it can like after the Nair can put them into really bad situations.
Yeah,
I
you can
beat-
even nair into up B. Like you can
Yeah,
beat
you
or
can
trade
combo.
and then
You
you can
can
ASA.
combo at low percents. Yeah,
Most of
It's
my
kinda
Mario
ridiculous.
wins are very edgeguard heavy.
there are definitely matchups Link can't touch them, like Game and Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one's
yeah.
sad.
Just have to respect that.
Okay,
I don't
cool.
know what other characters.
I think we should probably call it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a
I can
long stream. So when are we doing
Okay.
next? Do you think?
Um,
Do we want to do Sunday again, or we can also just DM?
Well, let's figure it out. I'm not
Yeah.
sure yet. Sometime next week will be good, I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you
cool.
all for joining. We just finished the last of the melee characters, so next time we'll start with Meta Knight, move on to Brawl. We'll let y'all know in the link Discord and on Twitter when our next one is, and thank you for all the new subs for my first stream as affiliate.
Oh. Yeah, he wanted. Oh no, I forgot.
Oh,
He wanted to know about plants. I think that's Rex. If he wants to
Trying to plan?
talk about it.
Well, we can
you
start
can go
next
ahead.
stream with it.
Yeah, does that sound good, Lycan?
But too long didn't read is run under the neutral B. Don't jump into it. That's the like most important.
Grab.
Don't don't jump on
his
top.
armor.
He's got You can run under.
There you go.
You can run under the
winning.
neutral B. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is actually winning. Well, probably.
I think so.
It's
Yeah,
like
so.
it's a hard to play winning one, I think.
My favorite
that's
thing
good.
versus I love versus
think
Plant
it's-
just running through the poison cloud.
Well, yeah, it's not.
You can just
it's not
attack them. They
It's
never
not- yeah.
expect it.
They you haven't played that good of Plants, I don't think.
No, it's just a funny thing.
Because when you do run in and they do expect it, you are.
You take hella damage.
Yeah. I feel like it's funny. Like the characters we put in winning are like very weird to play characters, but it's winning because you can figure it out. Like Ness and Luigi.
Yeah, some of them
Kirby.
are easy, some of them are hard.
Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely ones you need. Like, you can't just pick up Link and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat these characters.
We could consider
Maybe
ordering
Kirby.
it like on the
Maybe
last
Kirby.
stream where we can get like the bigger picture.
We might go over. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good stream,
Awesome.
everyone.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll see you guys.
See y'all.
Goodbye.
Have a good night.
Likewise. See ya.